Hello, hello, hello. Good gravy. Alrighty. All right. Good morning. Or good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay. Wait, if I got a mess going. And bing, bing. Let's see. All right. Here we go. Well, better. I gotta put these things away. Been on my desk forever. They're driving me crazy. It's not the right one. It's this one. Okay. It's almost time to destash lace again. All right. Get that put away. Okay. I'm telling you, I am just a disaster today. And this one. Okay. I have dug out. I have found my desk. Put these out of the bag so I can get them on the shelf. Then I don't have to deal with them anymore until I put them together for the kit. Okay. Other set of Alice's. Because I had to buy 2 sets to get what I needed. All right. Alice is in the box. On the shelf. Okay. Let's see. Good. All right. Okay. Okay, let's see. So, what's going on? Somebody talk to me. And let's see. All right, well, I'll just sit here and work out a box. Half an inch. And let's go 2.5. 4.5. 6.5. Well, that's a whole lot of squares. That's a whole lot of cubes. Good morning, Sandra. There's a whole lot of cubes. All righty. A lot of cubes. Can you hear me, dear? Can you hear me? Because I haven't had a chance to check the mic yet. Can you hear me? It's a question. Hello, Tina. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. So what's going on? What are we doing? Just start cutting things. Okay, let's see. All right, I'm gonna start cutting things. Can't help myself. You just have to. All right, so I need to tab here and here. So let's get rid of all this. Yeah, it could be a little cleaner. So what's going on? What are we doing? Sandra, what kind of trouble have you caused? This is going to drive me crazy. Jersey's here. Hello, Jersey. What's up, girl? Oh. Well, I was late putting the announcements up, so it's entirely my fault. All right. So we're going to get rid of all of this. So, yeah, I'm still on that quest. I've got Christmas items that need boxes, so. So let's see. I'm going to say. Okay. That one definitely has to go. Oh, it's just, it's one of those days. I've been lazy today. I can't help myself. So, all right. And this one. And this one. Okay. Do a little notching here, I think. I'm going to notch. I'm going to clean this edge up. All right, so we're going to notch this one. And that one. This one. these. Okay. And then I'm just going to take, I have to do the opposite. I got to figure this one out. Where do I want to go with this thing? I'm just flicking shards of paper across the desk. Where, oh, where? What are my plans for the holidays? I am going to my daughter's tomorrow. My daughter is having, she just bought a house. It's her very first house. And real proud of her. Her fam saved up enough that they were finally able to do it. And so they went and they bought a house. And she's paying less in mortgage than she was in rent, which is a great thing. And they just bought a 6-bedroom house to fit her whole family. And I haven't even done the come see yet, when your kid moves into a new place, they get it like totally pristine clean one time only, so that mom can come visit real quick. And then as soon as mom leaves, like everything falls out of the closets. So she hasn't even done that one yet, but she did get it cleaned up enough that she wants to have me over for Thanksgiving. And so I am going to her house for Thanksgiving, which is kind of a weird thing because usually all of my kids come here, and she is doing Thanksgiving at her house, and all 7 of my kids are in town, but it's kind of been divided along the line. My boys are all going to my oldest son's house. He's invited my ex-husband and his wife over. And so I guess they're having a dad's Thanksgiving with the boys. And I'm going to my daughter's, and all of my girls are going to my daughter's house. So I guess we've divided the family this year, which is really odd because we're like 3 blocks from each other, because my daughter bought a house that's like 3 blocks from where my son lives. So I don't know. I guess we can run whipped cream back and forth or something. So I'm used to having all the kids here where they're like running around going, Mom, what do you usually put in your deviled eggs? I want to do that. Mom, how do you make your mashed potatoes? I want to get that. So I guess they've learned enough over the years. They now feel that they can conquer this one on their own. I have to say this, though. My daughter makes a slammin' turkey, so I'm good with it. I have a feeling I'm going to get roped into gravy. Not exactly sure how that's going to work. But at my house, we don't have a little dish of gravy. No. We have a beer pitcher of gravy that gets passed around the table because we all fat. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. I work on my gravy. Usually I start in like August, September. And I start by buying like some smoked turkey. And we eat that. And then I boil the skin and the bones and everything. And I boil it down and I make a stock. And then I'll buy a couple of those big roaster chickens at the grocery store. We pick it all off. We eat the meat. I roast the birds. I save the stock so that I have this huge population of stock. And then we cook the turkey. And just before the turkey's done, I take the stock out of the turkey and I put it all in a big pot. I mean, a big pot. And I simmer it and let it reduce down to about half. And then we begin to thicken it. So we usually end up with about 2.5 gallons of gravy. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work because I don't know if my daughter's been doing this or not, or if she's just going to buy jar gravy. So yeah, it's a really weird year. they'll be back here. We're going to do Christmas Eve here because one of the kids is sharing custody this year. So they're going to have the kids Christmas Eve into Christmas morning. And I don't want to have them get up and like rush through anything and then have to come over here and then rush to go back. So we're going to just have the kids here for Christmas Eve, which makes it nice because that means Mike and I can relax Christmas Day. Kind of cool. I should get back to this box though. All right, let's see. All right. I'm just being lazy. Okay. So let's see. We're going to do this one. I hate anything under my tree that doesn't look like, you know, it belongs there. I know that's a weird thing. But what can I say? I'm weird. All right. So let's get rid of this. Oops. Got a little off track there. Done. Okay. Wedge. Veg. Wedge. Wedge. You know what? I don't even want you. You don't belong here. You're going away. Okay, well, he's interesting. Oh, I'm used to being in here sitting by myself, talking to myself. All right. Flap. Glue. If I can get the glue to come out of the bottle. If not, it's time to poke you with the pin. Oh, watch out. Jersey found her phone. Now she's dangerous. You ever get the feeling sometimes, you know, it's just time to change out your glue bottle? Like you can't put a pin in there another time to make it work. If I cut this right, this should match up perfectly. So I did this one so I could lay it flat in case I don't use it for Christmas. And so this way I can store it. Can store it. I don't like that edge though. We're going to get rid of that because I don't like that. Everybody out of the way. Out of the way. I don't like this. Okay, now it's gone. All right. Oh, I always talk to myself, so my husband doesn't think anything weird of it. He walks in here, he doesn't even know. Yeah, he asks the same question. Are you live? Or are you just talking to yourself, honey? I'm talking to myself. Shut up, go away. We're having a conversation here. Me, myself, and I. Hey, KK. Yeah, I'm almost there, Jersey. I've got 600 and let me check. I think it's 691, but it could be different today. You know, they may have taken 20 of my subscribers away. They do that a lot. No, I'm still holding at 691. So I'm trying. I can get to that 1,000, you know, and then I can actually do something with my life. All right, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. Okay. So I need a piece of paper. So let's see. What do I want to put on this? No, 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 no. Oh, well, that would be cute. Maybe that. That would be cute, but it's way too much fussy for me. No, 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 no.
Hi, this is Mike with Cox Business Technical Support calling in reference to ticket number 2559-8787. This message is for Lonnie. I was hoping to talk to you about this.
Okay, it's going to be this one.
Internet connection is. If and when you get the opportunity, be so kind as to give us a call back. Update us on that.
This is a little box, though. I might want to use it. See if I have a 6-inch of this. Probably. I have a 6-inch of everything. Let's see if there's something better. No. No. Nope, it's going to be this one. I hate this cutter because it does that whole folding thing, but it's a lot more convenient than getting out the big one. All right. Ow. Ow. Ow.
Doesn't sound like you're okay.
Ow, I kicked my table.
That's not good. Please don't hurt yourself.
I know. I like Tina Massey all the time. She's like, I can't. There's no way you don't have 1,000 subscribers. I'm like, go look. It's not. I don't have 1,000. I just don't, man. People don't like me. I don't know. They don't sub. I don't know what it is. But you know what? I am happy that my channel is just growing small, steadily. I've seen people that like, you know, I don't know how they do it, but like they come on and they're there for like a month and they have like 1,500 subscribers. And I'm like, okay, I get it, but seriously? Do you really have any kind of, you know, interaction with your subscribers at that point? Because I don't see how that's possible. So, you know, I've been at this for right around 2 years on this channel, and it's been growing pretty steady, but it's been slow, and I'm okay with that. You know, yeah, there's a couple of things. I would like to go live. That's about it. I don't want to monetize or anything like that. And I like my small group that, you know, is really a core group. And then, you know, there's people that come and go and some that come and then they disappear for a while and they come back later. And I'm okay with that. I get good steady comments on most of my videos. I get good watch time on my videos. So for me, just to stay small is okay. I mean, I would like to get to 1,000 so I could blow up Hello Kitty, but other than that, you know, I'm good. Mike would like it if I got to 1,000 so he could watch me blow up Hello Kitty. He's dying to see me blow things up. He wants to participate in the blowing up of stuff.
Well, I prepped the whole thing.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people do that. You know, they do other people's projects. They just change the color or something, and they're way up there. And I don't know. I mean, I think I do a pretty good variety of stuff because I'm not always just doing journals, you know, or just doing one thing. I try to do a nice variety. You know, I figure if people like it, they'll subscribe and stay. And if they don't, well, I'll just stay with my little number. And if I really want to go live from my phone, I'll just do it on StreamYard. Kind of a perk of using StreamYard. I can go live from StreamYard. I've done it before. I've done it on One Witch and a Crazy Lady, where I just had Laura send me her link, and I just went on through her link, but I can do it directly from my phone if I want to. Yeah, she's trying to get her TV to work now. You know, I got good people, and that's all that matters. All right, let me go put that in there. So that is the link if anybody wants to jump backstage and hang out for a little bit. You got a project, you got a question for, you know, you want to throw something out there and go, hey guys, what do I do with this thing? Well, that's the link. If this glue bottle is going to be uncooperative through this whole project, I am going to get out a different glue bottle. I will show you. You're not going to like me very much. All right. That one. This one. Got to make sure I keep them all going in the same direction, though. But, you know, I really do. I want the authentic growth. I would rather have 691 people that I know, like if they pop into my channel, I know they've been here, than to have, you know, a few thousand that I don't know. So I don't do those silly grow streams. I've heard you can buy subscribers. I don't do that. I know a few people who've done that to get where they're at. But you know what? It's not that important to me. To me, what's important is just being here and having fun and hanging out with my friends and creating my art and showing other people how to create that stuff and hopefully inspiring people to do, you know, something that's maybe a little out of their comfort zone, something they've never done before. So I'm good with it. Yay. Okay. So let's see if the sucker folds up. All right. First thing, cut your tabs down. You know better. Okay. Cut down tabs. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, once I get these cut down, this should fold up pretty easy. Okay. 2. Oh, it's a thing of beauty. Yay! It's perfect. And it'll fit exactly what I needed it for. Okay, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So, ooh, bless you, Hags. The Hags is alive and hasn't taken her allergy pill this morning. Did you really? And you're still sneezing? Are you feeling okay?
Seriously?
Just asking. I'm concerned about you. You usually don't sneeze after you take your allergy pills.
Yes, I do. I sneeze all day long.
All day long. All right. Yeah, so there it is. I made my little box, and I like this one because if I'm not using it, I can still fold it flat. And that's a good thing. I can actually fold it even more flat and mail it to somebody. That's what I get for making a nice, even one. Okay. All right, so the link is in if you are in the box, lurkers. Hello, lurkers. Hi, lurkers. I love the lurkers. If you are lurking in the box and you want to come and hang out, you are more than welcome to just click on the link. It takes you backstage. It does not load anything onto your computer, so you don't have to download or anything like that. It just goes directly to a page. The page will get you here. I thought I put these things away. Apparently not all of them. All right, let's get all these Alice charms put in one place. Okay, so here's a trick from me to you. You have these things where the little panels come out, so it makes the bigger pockets, and then you put stuff in them, and every time you go in there to grab something, this thing comes up and everything mixes between the panels. Hot glue. No lie. You put a little hot glue in there, I hot glue these things. I put a little bit of hot glue at the bottom, and I just glue them down. It'll come off because it's hot glue, so, I can do that and peel it up. See? It'll come out because it is just hot glue. But it'll hold it in place so that it does not, pull up every time I pull something out of the slot. Because, you go in there and you're looking for something, and the next thing you know, it goes pop, and then everything's together. So, hot glue. That's what I do. Put a little hot glue in there. Just put a little hot glue on the end and a little bit on the sides, and then slide that puppy in there and let it dry. Just a trick. Read. No, she lied. See right there. She's getting coffee. Hi, Candy. I can hear when they go backstage. It goes bing. Now I feel like I have to make another one just because, stuff. So let's see what's going on. So I do have some stuff coming into the shop today. I'm going to be putting in some unclaimed sale packages. So what I did is I took like an unclaimed sale package. I mixed 2 of them together because I had a whole bunch this time. These are all 2 to 3 months old. So I put them all together and put them all into one bag. And then I'm going to tell them by the weight. The price is going to be based on weight. So I think I have 4 of them going into the shop today. So 4 mystery bags going to the shop today. Yay! And they're discounted about 25% off my regular prices. So
Yeah, this is Mike, the Cox Business
if it's
Center.
$20 worth of stuff, it's $15. You know, that kind of deal. If it's $10 to $12 worth of stuff, basically it's like 25 to 30%. It just depends on what's in there.
The location at 7333 South Post Road in OKC. I'm not able to find like an internal.
God, it's like everybody's asleep today. That's cool. Let me see who's on live.
I mean, I've got our internal ticket number.
Nothing.
Find it.
All right. So I'm putting those in there. Of course, the project of the month is in there. It's around here someplace.
Yeah, no, it's the outage is still ongoing. I'm calling you and I'll stay on that. And
Oh, I hear
you
Bing.
guys got an internal ticket
I hear
number
Bing.
that I don't see them listed. If I can get
Whoop.
that from you, I'll post that in.
There she is. We're working on it. There she is.
All right, now I've got you echoing, so let me get that off of there. No echoing. This goes over here. See, I can see L's. Hey, L's!
Hi, Joycey.
Yay! We're gonna craft together. Isn't this a fun holiday surprise?
Yeah, I will set this out.
It must be a weird holiday thing.
Hey, Hover!
Some kind of weird holiday magic that we're actually awake at the same time.
I know, girl. Well, you know what? I gotta tell you, it was probably because I'm all energized over the fact that my kid, my daughter, you see, you've been parenting adults a lot longer than I have. I got a 23-year-old daughter, and, you know, she had a moment over the summer where she said we needed to take a little break. So she took a little break from talking to me. And it like broke my heart, but I stayed calm. And now you know, so then I messaged her about Thanksgiving, you know, what's happening. And is she coming? Because she works at the, you might know, Carrier Clinic. It's a hospital in Belmead.
Uh-huh.
For, she works on the adolescent and children and adolescent unit as a mental health counselor.
Yeah.
And so she was off Christmas, but she last year, so I figured she'd be working Christmas. Anyway, I messaged her about Thanksgiving. She's like, I was gonna message you. I'm like, well, I haven't heard from you since freaking July. I think it's been enough time. So anyway, we had this like hours long, wonderful conversation the other day. So I've been just energized since then. And so now, and then I went to the doctor this morning, got good news. So I'm just like, woohoo!
Awesome.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people are having bad news right now, but I'm having good news in my life. So I'm trying to just be. But what I want to ask you is, I didn't see the project of the month, all the way through. Is it a flip up calendar?
It is.
Oh, cool.
Somewhere,
Very, very cool.
somewhere here in all this mess, I actually have that.
Oh, let me see. I saw a little bit of it. I got there late last night. I just want to make sure we don't have any glare. I'm on my iPad. For some reason, StreamYard only likes my iPad.
Yeah, I've got people that are like, well, I can only do it from my phone.
Yes, Sandra, there's a pattern. No, it's not a pattern. Just a minute. She's talking about my. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, so it is a flip up calendar. And instead of doing like I normally would do with like the 4, 1, 12, 27 or whatever, I just did the 2 and then just put the word at the bottom on this one.
Okay.
But then I put the little pocket in the back to put all your months
Number.
in. I love this one.
Oh, cool. And you got 3. I said at the end of your stream last night, I saw there's 3 colors: black, brown, and gray.
Yep, I have it in the black. They're all the same Bo Bunny paper for the.
Oh, cool. I love Bo Bunny. Hi, Sandra. Candy.
I like it because it's the typewriter and it's so stinking cute. I got this typewriter a couple of months ago. I was like, I got to do a project for it. And then I saw this and I went, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this project. So
this is so cute. All right. Now, how easy is this for someone who's a beginner?
Well, there's a whole video step by step that comes out on the 7th.
Okay, so that's
And
easy then.
I always break my videos up. Like, we're going to do this. And when I come back, we're going to do this.
Okay.
And when I come back, we're going to do this. So you can stop.
Okay.
It's really well demarcated, the pauses.
Okay, so it's a step by step. All right, excellent. All right.
So I notice a step by step. Everything is pre-cut, pre-scored. All you have to do is fold, glue, put it together. This one, I think you need scissors.
Wait a minute, it's pre-scored? I don't have to use the scoreboard?
Yeah, it's pre-scored.
Oh, I'm in. Sign me up. Can you put me down for one and just bill me?
Sure. I always do them pre-scored. Arlene does them. Like I did like Arlene's. Arlene, a lot of people know Arlene has a problem where she, one of her hands doesn't work really well.
Oh no, hold on. You're breaking the headphones. Hold on.
I broke your headphones?
No, my headphones are, probably my kid broke my headphones. I bought like 5 pairs so the kid wouldn't break them. All right, say again what you said.
Okay, so most people know Arlene has one issue with her hand where it doesn't work quite right.
Sure, yep.
And so for her, like she wanted to get one and she asked me if I could, pop the holes for her because you have to punch all these holes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really hard to hold it and punch the holes. It's a 2-handed project. So I did modify Arlene's a little bit. I made her tabs a little longer so I could pre-punch them and she could still put her mats on.
Oh, great. Okay.
Because you see the holes go through the mats.
Okay.
So I just made hers a little bit longer and she'll just put this down a little lower.
Oh, that's fabulous.
But they're real easy to do. Seriously, you just need a hole punch. You don't even need scissors.
This will be great for me because with Cole, we used to do the chocolate calendars, the little ones you open up. But then we started then they stopped selling them at the store that I used to buy it at.
The Advent, yeah.
Yeah, the Advent. So what I've been doing the last years is just printing out literally. This is how bad I am. I printed out a thing of December, and then I would just put a chocolate on every day. But what I can do with this is I'll just put that on the count. I'll make this, put it on my. This will be better, Els, because I'll put that on the counter, and then because then he started eating all the chocolates ahead of time. So now he'll get that calendar on the counter with 1 chocolate per day.
Jersey, did you see my Advent calendar I just did?
No.
I think it's been released. Let me check.
Oh,
it may not come out until tomorrow. Let me see.
I didn't see much. I actually haven't done a lot of YouTube. I just popped on. I was on this morning with Johnny at the doctor's office, and then you. This is it. I haven't been on at all today. I just popped on now. I was watching Netflix, and then I decided to turn on YouTube, and you were on.
Yeah, it came out the other day. Here, let me get the link real quick.
Yes, if you don't mind,
and,
I'll save it to my watch list.
Yeah, no problem. I'll pop the link in. So, wait, you got to get on the right screen. There we go. Yes, Miss Candy, they are in the shop. So
right.
This is the link for. I did an Advent calendar. Right. Jersey, it's perfect for you.
All right, I'm gonna
just go out and find a piece of fallen wood and just take the everything off of it, all the bark and everything.
We've got that.
And then it's just folding paper to make little bags, put the candy in them and tie them on there, and then just tag them with the numbers.
Oh, that's
Hang it
perfect.
on the wall.
Oh, great, Els. I will totally. That's a project I might even do with him.
Yeah, it's something you could do with him, and then just tag them, 1 through 24, and hang it up on a wall someplace, and he just gets to pull a bag off every day.
You know what? I might even put more than chocolate in there for him then, because that could be fun. A little toy or something.
Right. I did the bags. They're 6x6 folded over, so they're almost 3 inches wide.
Okay.
And they're about 6 inches tall. You take an inch off the bottom, 5, a little fold over, so 5.5 inches tall. You could fit like a Matchbox in there, or like one of those little action figures, those little collectible ones.
Yeah.
I did one for my grandkids and sent it home with them and I loaded it with candy. Oh my God, the thing must weigh 15 pounds.
All right, let me just. I've started actually writing down what videos I really want to watch later, and it actually helps me because Lizzie Brewer has a fun video series right now that I wanted to watch, and I kept forgetting. And then thank God Samantha Owens actually, she actually went ahead and she messaged me and she was like, "Did you see Lizzie's thing?" I'm like, "No." Sometimes if people message me a good video and then I remember to watch it, it's really helpful too. All right, let's see. I'm just playing in my glue book. That's it.
See, you actually write things down. I my brain does not function. Let me tell you.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't used to. I started writing all this stuff in this notebook that I got for YouTube. So specifically anything to do with YouTube. You know, when I started it was when Mary TA asked me to be in that hop. Hey, that's another thing I was going to tell you. Mary has these hops, and she's sometimes, you know, she's looking for people to join. That's a good way to grow your channel too. She says that. Mary says, you know, if you want to grow your channel, like I get 100 people in the box at those hops sometimes.
Yeah, I've thought about it, but the truth is nobody's ever asked me to be at a hop.
Well, she doesn't always ask. Some people have asked her too. So you know what I mean. So, but we could all. That's the other thing we could do. Else we could put together our own hop. You know.
You know, I tried to do that once, and
well, was it here's the difference. Was it a video hop? Because what I'm finding is people really love the live stream hop because everybody's in the chat and they're jumping from video to video to video, and they're all in the chat and they love that momentum. Versus a video hop is not as interactive.
Right. And I want to do the like, you know, do the live stream hop, but then you know what I get? I'll like ask like 5 or 6 people. I'll be like, hey, do you want to do a hop with me? And they're like, oh yeah, sure. What do you want to do? And I was like, oh, well, I want to do it live. Like, you know, one person starts, somebody who's got a good subscriber base starts.
Sure.
And drives the bus to you. And then you do your thing. And then,
yes.
And I get, oh, I can't craft live.
So we should get a handful of people in the new year. We could get like maybe just a few to start out driving the bus and then moving along like that. I think we could do it. You know what though? I'm not the person. Here's the thing with me. I'm somebody that talks a lot. I think people like, from what I get, is people like to come to my channel to hang out, which is really what it's about. But I'm not a content person. So like, I like to hang out with people like you who actually have like craft content. You know what I mean? So yeah, but you know what? I think that's the thing. It's the beauty of this community is we all bring a little something different to the plate. You know,
right?
We all bring something different. Okay.
Well, for one, I would like to do one. I think I enjoy doing it, and you know, if I screw it up when I'm doing it live, I screw it up. I'm the first person to go, nope, did that wrong.
Yeah, that's me too. And I think it's easier for you and I, like the people who've actually done lives and like been live more often. I think it's easier for us to feel that way. And you know, I never intended to go live originally. What happened to me is I didn't have enough storage because I'm a digital hoarder. I didn't have enough storage on my my stuff on my phone or my iPad to do videos. So originally when I first started the channel was like it was March of 2019, and I was going to do a video, and I kept getting cut off when I was trying to do these videos. And so I finally got annoyed with it, and I was sitting there one Saturday morning, and this was right before, I mean, I'm talking like 3 weeks or 2 weeks even before YouTube instituted the 1,000 subscriber limit, because you used to be able to just hit go live, didn't matter how many subscribers you had.
Right.
And so I one morning on Saturday, I was just sitting there and I was like, you know what, screw it, let me just hit the go live button and see what happens. I hit go live and I was like, I'm just gonna craft, probably nobody will show up, and people showed up, you know. And then from then on I just started doing that. It wasn't like I think for me, like the whole thing about YouTube is I didn't intend to actually hey Jean and Kat to do it. You know, Kat, I used to be the same way, but I don't work like you. She said she doesn't like to make commitments.
Oh, I'm committable.
Yeah, see, that's good. Well, I'm committable too. Hey, Deborah Brown, welcome.
Hi, Kat. How are you, dear? Hi, Deborah. Nice to see you. Did we miss anybody? If we missed you, we apologize.
Definitely, because I'm talking and looking down.
Oh, we apologize if we missed you. We're just, you know, doing a thing here.
Well, I'm going to definitely make that calendar, but I'm also going to get the other calendar kit because I think that's really cute too. I could just have that as be a nice craft for me to make a real craft. I'm making something. Romeo gets really excited. Like he thinks it's so funny when I actually make something, like a thing. That's not this.
Like a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I just like to glue. He's always like, oh, he thinks it's so funny that people come on here and just watch other people glue. I said, well, there's weirder stuff on YouTube I have found.
But you know what? It's not just the watching you glue.
Right. I know.
It's so much more than that for so many people, because there's, especially with the COVID thing going on right now,
so
there's so many people that are like, they're shut in.
Absolutely. And they have been like Jane, I don't know how to say her last name, starts with an L. She said, I think she's in Canada. She said I think she's been in, or was it Elaine Ingram? They've been in the whole time. I mean, they haven't left the house at all since March.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like that.
I mean, it's great. I mean, I know that they need to do it or whatever, but like, I'm like, wow. I mean, I'm a homebody, but that's
a little much even for me.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm a homebody, you know. I mean, I get it. They're doing it to be safe, and I totally respect it, you know. Hey, Lori B and Malia. How are you guys?
Hello, ladies.
What's everybody up to?
I just think that, you know, for some people, and I get it, because like Amy does that, you know, she does her glue book.
Mm-hmm.
And people come and they just, you know, they hang out for the glue book. And she's like, I don't know why people just want to come and watch me glue paper down.
I know. I feel the same way, Amy. Amy, I feel you.
But, you know, we talked about it. And I told her, I said, you know, for a lot of people, this is the only contact they have outside of their house.
Absolutely. And I didn't realize that. And you know what? You don't realize it until you start getting like comments about it and stuff. Amy cracked me up so hardcore the other morning because I watch Mariotti in the mornings because she gets up early and we get up early here mostly.
Right.
And all of a sudden I see Hags go live and I'm like, no crap, Hags is live. Because with our time change, sometimes I'm up when you guys are on or I'm not, you know? And so I'm all excited. So I click on Hags. I'm like, woohoo! I start commenting. I'm like, Hags doesn't see me. I'm the only one in the box. Hags is just talking away. And I'm like, I'm like, oh, she didn't know she was live. Same thing happened to me.
I know. I had just gone to bed and I'm like, I wasn't even in bed yet. I was in the bathroom. And when I'm in the bathroom, I can hear her because my bathroom window is right next to her bedroom window.
Okay.
And so like, I'm hearing her and she's in there and she's like, da 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 da. And I'm like, is she live at 4:30 in the freaking morning?
I know, because it was so early for you guys.
I was like, what the hell is she doing?
And when it happened to me, I had been on my iPad like I am now where I can't see. And I didn't have the computer screen that I have now when I got a little bubble upgrade. And so I only had this. And I think Cole was using my phone for school or something. Anyway, so I couldn't read. And all of a sudden I look up and I see Darla come across the screen. I'm like, Darla, what are you doing here? She's like, Laura, you're live. I don't think you know. I'm like, oh, man.
I'm like, and I got up yesterday morning and I was like, honey? She's like, what were you doing live at 4:30 this morning? She's like, I had no idea I was live. Jersey's in there just talking to herself in the box.
I went to get coffee. I came back. She was gone.
Ooh.
I was like, yeah, I don't think she knew. And then later she was like, I didn't know. Yeah, and then later she's like, I won't be going live tonight. I was like, no kidding. You were up at 4:30 in the morning.
Good gravy. I thought it was so weird that she was live. I was like, no, she's got to be making a video.
She thought so. That was the intention, I think.
That's what she said. She goes, well, I thought I was making a video. And then I look up and there's Jersey in the box talking to me.
I know. I'm like, hey. Doing my usual thing.
You guys still talking about my incident?
Oh, I was loving it. I was loving it, Amy. Amy, when someone else makes the same mistake as me, I love it. I live for that stuff.
Yeah, because all of a sudden you're not all alone in the world anymore.
Right. That is right. Exactly.
You're like,
I was thinking I wasn't going to post that video because I've just been babbling away like the lunatic. Maybe I shouldn't post this video. Oh, too late now.
too late. It's out there in the world.
It's on the interwebs. That was such a sweet Happy Meal. That Melissa Long, she is such a doll. When we did that farm party thing for Defy, which was another one, Romeo was like, you've got to be kidding. These people are going to pay money to come to our house. I said, that's a donation to a charity. Settle down. I'm like, take it easy. It's all donation. Yeah, she came and she was so sweet. It's really sweet to get to know the people who don't have channels in that way, you know.
It is. It was so unexpected. She contacted me on Etsy and asked if she could have my address, and I was like, sure. But don't knock yourself out.
Yeah, no, she's a sweetie. Oh yeah, Kat said, at least she wasn't in the private settings wondering where everyone is. That'd be
I've
even better,
Done
Kat.
that.
Just as an aside, I've done that.
Yeah.
Totally done that. They're like, where is everybody? Oh, you dork.
Why am I all alone in here?
This video is never going to make it. It's just me crying and talking to myself.
Myself.
All right, I have finished my glue book stuff. I am going to bed. Good night,
Good
ladies.
night, sweetheart. It was good to talk to you for a minute.
Night.
Oh, you know what I wanted to tell her? Hey, thanks, Amy. I didn't see you open up the napkins I sent, but that she bought from me, which I learned real quickly that I'm not going to be selling anything ever again. But it was a good lesson. Oh my God, forget it, never happening. But anyway, I want to say thank you. But so some lady saw Amy open those napkins, and she sent me an email, and I feel so bad. But I'm like, I'm not selling any more napkins. I'm just going to send her a happy mail. It's a bunch of napkins because I'm like, lady, no, lady. Lady, you have no idea. It's not going to happen.
It was beautiful packaging, though. I loved it.
Oh, it was supposed to be for you. I was like,
She said,
I was like, Amy, and then you know what happened? I have Wells Fargo, and I do not know why, but for whatever reason, Wells Fargo, I have two problems with PayPal. Actually, although Els, I was so excited the last time I got something from you, I figured out something new. If you have any issues with like our credit card that we use for online, is it's like extra careful, so it doesn't like to use friends and family. But if if anyone ever has that problem with their credit card, if you have purchased from someone before, it doesn't matter. All I had to do was go up to BMA's Crafty Corner this last time at your last sale and click on it, and then I was able to just pay you that way. I had no problem. I didn't need an invoice or anything. So I was really happy with that because PayPal can be such a hassle sometimes. I mean, it's good, but it can be a hassle.
Well, that's why I started putting the PayPal me link in my invoice when I send it to you.
Yes, it works out perfect. Yeah, but now I don't even need that anymore because now I discovered that last time. So I've just learned. You learn as you go with all this stuff.
Because I had a few people like you that were like, it won't let me send it. I can't find it. Whatever.
And then the other problem I've had, and my bank, here's my big problem. So I have Wells Fargo, but my bank is not open, and it will not. I've tried every which way to connect my bank account to my PayPal. It will not work. It will not work. And this is a separate bank account from our other bank account. That's our big account, right? So because I'm not going to connect that to anything online, right? Because God forbid anything happened with me, with this being hey, Tina's Crafty Life is here. With anything being my dad got his identity stolen years ago, and it was such a big deal. So I'm always really extra careful. So I have the separate little Wells Fargo account for all my hobby stuff, my crafty stuff. So but the other bank we have is a different bank. It's a local bank. So, but Wells Fargo, for whatever reason, it will not match up. And then I was like, well, maybe it's my tablet, not my tablet. So then I used the computer, not the computer. Well, I go downtown to see if I can link it up downtown, and the damn bank, because of Corona, is only drive-up service.
oh my God.
Well,
I think at Wells Fargo, I don't have that problem, but I have a different problem. I had a secondary bank account on there, and I can't get it to go off. I think they changed something in PayPal.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, so I can't get rid of it, so I can't take it off as one of my things. It's just living in there, and the bank account is closed. And I'm like, someday I'm going to click the wrong damn button, and the PayPal's going to explode.
Right? I know. It's so nice. Well, so what my point is, though, I can't even refund. Like, I wanted to, I was going to refund the money for everybody on their napkin.
Don't you dare.
I
Don't
can't.
dare. Wells Fargo wants you to have that money.
Apparently. Well, you know what ends up being cool for it is what I actually use that account for is I have the draw for like a couple people that I do like if I have a subscription for a Patreon or anything like that.
Right.
So like that, it's like that works for that. So it basically just all goes back into the art community anyway. So kind of a moot point. Kat says she loves PayPal. I love the convenience of it.
Well, I have to tell you, for a long time, my PayPal password was, I hate freaking PayPal.
Have you ever used Venmo?
No, that I have that through my bank, but I've never used it.
I've never used it, but I felt really like, at least I had heard of it, but I used to not even hear of stuff because I'm so out of touch sometimes. So one of the soccer moms, they were doing a gift for the coach or whatever, and she was like, it's like Romeo and I, we always feel like
Venmo-y.
Yeah, she was like, you can either give me the $10 at the game or you can Venmo me. And I said to Romeo, you want a Venmo? He's like, what the hell is a Venmo? He's like, is that a coffee drink? I'm like, no, honey. No.
But yeah, for the longest time, it was like my PayPal password was PayPal freaking sucks. Or I hate freaking PayPal because I'm serious. Like I would go in there, and this was years ago. I had a shop on Etsy. It was when PayPal first came out. I had a shop on Etsy, and you had to choose if you wanted to be able to use PayPal as an option on Etsy. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, okay, we have to set up an account. I'm like, okay. So I set up the account. I attached my debit card to it just in case, and went away.
Yeah.
Same password I used for everything. I go to log into it. It tells me that I don't have the right login information.
So annoying.
So I go ahead, and when I change that password, I just like concentrically number them, you know.
Yes. Me too.
So that you don't forget.
Yeah,
and so
there's so many.
I go in there and I change the password because this password is too much like the old password. Okay, so I'm prepared for that. I put in my default password, like my backup default. It takes it, then I go in, and because there was some kind of a password issue, it wouldn't let my debit card go through anymore.
Oh my God.
And so, okay, we canceled that debit card. Then I tried to put the new debit card on, and it goes, no, we don't like that.
Oh my God.
And then like, I finally get it all worked out. Like 3 months later, my bank had a breach. So they sent everybody out new debit cards. I go to put the debit card in to verify the debit card. And it goes, no. This debit card is attached to the same account. You can't use it.
Oh my God.
I was like, son of a.
Oh, I'd be so mad. That kind of, you know what that kind of stuff does? It just aggravates.
It's so frustrating.
It's frustrating, and it takes up it just takes up so much of your time.
Yeah, it's like, I just want to pay this $10 to this Girl Scout for these freaking cookies.
Exactly.
Just let me have it, man. I need these cookies. You don't understand. They're Thin Mints. I gotta have it.
And they're $10 a box now.
And I'm a fat lady. Let me have my cookies. Oh my
I'll
God.
tell you what I love. I love that Boy Scout popcorn. Although he bought a bag with Cole the last time they were, not this year, last year they were out. And he didn't know what it was going to cost because they came out of the grocery store, him and Cole, Romeo Cole. And he was so pissed. He came home. He goes, I can't believe this. I just bought a $20 bag of popcorn. I said, oh, it's really good popcorn, though.
Boogie, my granddaughter, Shaylee. Everybody knows Shaylee. She's in my chat and everything else all the time.
It's a pretty name.
It's Gaelic for fairy lair, fairy home, something like that. And so she is a Girl Scout, has been for years. And her last troop was sad to see her go.
Because she had people buy so many cookies?
Because Grandma buys a case of Samoas and a case of Thin Mints.
Oh, no way.
And her daddy, and Grandpa takes her cookie order to work with him. And he's got the only Girl Scout in the whole building.
That's awesome.
So he sells about 200 boxes of cookies in his work. And then her dad just takes, they send him home cases of cookies now.
Right.
To sell. And so her dad just takes those cases of cookies, and he's a truck driver, and he just takes them into the dispatch office and puts them behind the dispatch desk. And the dispatch ladies sell them to all the truckers for him.
Oh, that's fantastic. See, now where I worked, it was like you really had to divvy it up because everybody's kid was a Girl Scout. So I'd be like, and my daughter wasn't, but I would be like, listen. So I'd be like, I'll buy one from your kid, one from your kid, one from, you know what I mean? Because so we, all the teachers, you know.
Yep.
That's really great where you get the little monopoly. That's awesome.
And she'd sell like 2,000 boxes of cookies.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And then they moved to the other side of town, so she had to transfer her troop.
Oh no.
And her troop leader was like, "Are you sure you can't just come back over here?" And my daughter's like, "No, it's a 40-minute drive."
We'll pick her up. Hey, Arlene. Look at Lori said, I do like a cookie, 2 or 20.
Yeah. I'll eat a whole sleeve of Thin Mints, man, and they're only frozen.
Oh, especially frozen. Especially frozen. So, you know what though? I'm just being honest though. Those Thin Mints, anybody can eat a sleeve of those. They're so good. I mean, if you don't like mint, I guess not, but we love mint.
Yep. Hey, Arlene, nice to see you, honey. Listen, I did a little something different on your calendar, baby, for you. I punched all your holes, but I made your tabs just 1/4 of an inch longer. So you'll just center on the bottom of the tab instead of centering it in the middle. Center for the bottom, and then that way your holes will be okay. But I put it in the mail. It went out today.
Arlene, these are going to be really cool calendars. I love them. Looking good.
I fixed it for you, honey. That cardstock's hard to get through, though, because it's 110 pound.
That's thick cardstock.
Yeah.
That is.
But I wanted to make it so it so that it had some stability and it lasted.
Yeah. I love Bo Bunny makes nice paper.
Yeah, the Bo Bunny paper's really nice. And I was lucky. I got that at Tuesday morning. I got a whole it's the bulk pack, where it's like all one kind.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So for me, when I do projects and stuff, I always look for that because it makes it so much easier. Otherwise, I'm standing there like in the Hobby Lobby, Joann's and Michael's going, "Do you want that one? Do you want that one? That one?
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah.
Maybe that one? What looks good with this?"
Yeah, because it's all together then. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then I get one, and don't you know, after I buy like 50 single sheets, I look and there's a freaking pad that has all of those in it. Because Hobby Lobby's single sheets are their own line. It's their Paper Studio line.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Oh, so often when you go over to their single sheet section, you can find a pad, but they're mixed up like?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to look at that next time I go in.
I went in, I think it was, let me see. The last one we did, one of the last ones we did, not the last one, but one of them we did was like, it had this really cool Moroccan kind of paisley.
Oh, I like that. I like Moroccan too.
And then I picked out this one because I was like, that's pretty too.
Yeah.
And then I looked over and they had a whole book full of this stuff.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. See, that's what I mean. Even that kind of stuff, though, Els, like a lot of people don't know that stuff. Like I didn't know that. That's really good tips to learn. You know, you can learn all kinds of good stuff on different people's channels. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's why I go to other people's channels, because sometimes, I'll go and I'll see something like I've gone and I've seen somebody do something that I've done. And then I just want to go see their take on it.
Totally. Yep.
And even if it's even one of my projects or something and they do it and then I go, you know what? I never freaking thought about that, but that would work perfect. That's perfect.
Everybody's opening their loot from your sale and loving it. Okay, bye, Kat. Listen, you guys feel better. I don't know if you heard, but about Kat and her family.
Yep, we heard.
Okay, so
get some rest,
Kat,
babe.
Prayers are coming your way, girl. Take care, girl. Go watch your movie, relax, put your feet up.
All right, so now I have 2 of these. I have all of them that I need.
Oh, good. Are you making gift boxes?
Yes.
Oh, they're adorable.
I do a series of them right around the holidays.
They're so cute.
Little simple gift boxes for odd things.
I don't want to do that.
And I needed something that would fold flat that I could use for a small thing that I bought.
Oh, cool.
I made this one last night.
I'm waiting for it to come up on You too.
Yeah, it takes forever.
I know. You know what? It's amazing. You realize, oh, that's pretty. I like this. Oh, it's a little drawer.
Yes, I did this one last night. I bought this like funky, weird pair of socks for my granddaughter.
Okay.
And it's just one pair of socks. What the hell did you do with one pair of socks?
That's so cute. And it's got a ribbon pull. That's adorable.
So I was sitting here last night making this one, and I was like, yep, that'll fit one pair of socks.
Yeah, but you know what? When you're a little kid, you want to open up every present, you know?
You want everything to be something you can open.
That's right. That's what I mean. Exactly. She wants to open up her socks. Exactly.
It doesn't matter what's in the package.
That's right.
It's the package count that matters when you're a kid.
Exactly. And especially Tina wants to come in. All right, let me pop out. And Tina can pop in.
No, you don't have to pop out.
Oh, okay.
No. Let me grab it for you, babes. Hold on. Get this one up here. And there you go, Tina. There's the link. Now I can have up to 7 people in this room.
Oh, is that how it works? I don't know enough about it. I don't use it much because I don't really have a good setup for it. I guess I could use it. Well, I got to get a better web. What happened was I had a webcam, not a great one, but Romeo took it for himself for work because he's working from home.
So you film on your iPad?
So I film normally on my phone, but when I use my phone on StreamYards, whenever I go on with Johnny, I mostly have been on with Johnny, or I used to do on Sundays with Hottie Popo like a year ago until my iron got really low and then I stopped doing it. I used to go on Sundays with Hottie Popo, and I had a lot of problems with my phone with the sound on StreamYard. So StreamYard I use my iPad. But I don't know. Hey Tina.
Hello.
Ooh, turn your mic down, babe.
I told him.
You're loud.
I told Romeo the other day that
Is that better?
A little bit.
I said, oh, I know what die cut machine I want because I've been like, I have a Cuddle Bug, but I've had that, and now it's gone. They're not making it anymore. So I won't be able to get the plates, and plates are going and blah blah. So I said, I've been so for a year now I have been asking everybody about their die cut machines, and I've been researching it. And so basically, I said, I think I know what one I want. And he said, when I said that, he said something about new computers. And I said, whoa, if you're going to get me a computer, I don't need a die cut machine. So we'll see. I don't know if I get a computer, but if I don't get a new computer, then I'm going to get a new webcam to go, I think, with because I have a Chrome box. It's not a computer though,
Right.
But you can go online with it. And it was just sitting in here. I wasn't using it. So. Oh, Deborah says, Els, I just purchased your road trip journal. I love it. You hitchhiked to Route 66 in your hippie days? And now look at this. Now she has a place to store all her memories. Oh.
Very cool. Thank you, Deborah.
Deborah, that is going to be so cool. Deborah, I hope you post a picture of a page once you make one.
Oh, did you read Arlene's comment?
Yes, Arlene, I remember when you told me that happened. I wasn't there, but I remember being in chat with Arlene the next day and Arlene telling us that it happened.
Oh my God.
It was really bad, right, Arlene? Arlene, I remember. I met Arlene when I first started coming on. We met over where was it? At Starving Emma's chat or something? I forget, but we met Arlene and I met in the middle of the night one night. It was so cool.
That's funny.
Oh my God.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Am I still
I'm not a good lurker, but I was really tired one night, and I actually was able to lurk, Tina, over at your channel one night. I'm not a good lurker. I don't usually lurk. Because I have a big mouth, and I can't help myself but chat. But I will say I lurked
say that about you, Jersey.
one night, and you were making something so cute, and I have such a bad memory, but I wish I could remember what it was. But it was something so damn cute, and I just want to tell you that.
This is what I did this morning.
No idea what it was. Couldn't remember for the life of me. But you were now when you're on and East Coast time, early morning hours, are you up late then?
It's Central Time.
Because she's in Midwest, right?
Yeah, Central.
Okay. You're Central, okay. Our
It's
voices
early
are
morning.
very. She said our voices are very low. I'm turning up my volume. Sandra, how could my voice ever be low?
This is what I did this morning.
Let me see. Oh, gorgeous. Yeah, this was a while ago. Not a while ago. It was a Christmas project you were working on.
It's Dollar Tree sled.
Is that the freaking sled you were playing with last night when we were talking?
Yeah.
Oh my God, the red truck! It's so cute. I have a red truck. It doesn't run anymore, but I drove it for a couple years, and I love it so much. It's still in our yard. I love that.
I hate Tina. I really do.
Why?
Because you were sitting there picking that thing apart at like 3:00 this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So that must have been when I caught you. I wake up sometimes at 5. So
Yeah.
you're up. So if I see you on when I wake up, that means you're still up late from the night before.
Oh no, I'm a napper.
Okay. Cool.
I
No, that's cool. And the
nap
other thing
and then I wake up. I need to get up for my every 4-hour feeding.
One night one time I watched a video of yours because I found you from Els and I subscribed. And one night I watched a really cute video, like a replay of yours, where you were showing something so adorable that you got for your granddaughter. It was my daughter's 23, but I was like, oh my God, I wish they had it when she was little. It was
the makeup kit.
Yes, it was an amazing. You know what I'm talking about? Yes.
Yeah, is that cute? I was thinking that
I
too.
want it for myself.
Yeah, me too. I was like, why did they have this when I was a little girl?
Oh my God, when you said that, I was like, yes, or when my daughter was little.
Yeah, that's her Christmas present. That was a test item that was given to me to test.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm like, I'm saving that for a gift.
Heck yeah.
So let's go underneath the Christmas tree. We got a doctor's kit. And then I also got a little tool kit. She got the doctor's kit because I forgot to put it back.
I don't like any of this.
She walked in and saw that right away.
How old is she?
4.
Oh, my favorite age is 3 to 6. I love 4-year-olds.
And at first I was going to give my foster son the tool kit, except my husband's like, no, you give that to Riley. And I'm like, why? He goes, because that child does not want to leave my measuring tape alone. So Riley's getting the toolkit from Papa.
Now, how old is Riley?
4.
Oh, Riley's your granddaughter?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. You know what? It's cool to give a girl a measuring tape, especially at that age, because maybe she can learn how to measure. I can't.
Well, she's always wants to play with my little, that little kit that comes with the little hammer.
Mm-hmm.
She always wants to play with it. And in the measuring tape. So I was like, no, you're giving that to Riley. And I go, why? So she doesn't quit messing with my tools and your tools while she's here. She's always running around with my little pink measuring tape.
Kids are so funny.
So I got these cards from Els.
Oh, let me see.
Those Harry Potter cards. I'm just going to put a string through them so Diamond can hang them on our Christmas tree.
That's a great idea, playing cards on the Christmas tree.
It's a Harry Potter.
Sandra, the makeup kit was in Candy. I have a video of the
You want me to show? I can go get it. Do you want me to? I'll go get it. It's so cute. I'll show it.
It's so cute. The makeup kit is so cute. Oh my God. It's when you see it. I was like, oh, I saw it on a replay of her video that I was watching one night. That's the thing, people. Listen, if you subscribe, like I had subscribed to Tina over here at Els at a sale one day, and then I hadn't watched any of her videos, and then when I got up one day, I saw that she had. It must have been it was a live that she had posted while I was sleeping. But that's how you find out about people and their channels. And usually I leave comments, but I don't always because I forget or cold. I have to move on to do something. I try to leave a comment. I didn't. I don't think on hers, but yeah, that's how you really get to know people. Just click on, if you're subscribed and you haven't watched anything of theirs, just click on it. And that's, I went over to Tina's and I watched it. Just something cute like that. I was like, she was showing a couple things. I couldn't watch the whole replay, but I got to know a little bit about what she was doing.
Well, I really encourage anybody who comes into the room, if there's somebody there that you don't know or you haven't watched, just go check it out, because you never know when you're going to find somebody that you really enjoy watching.
I totally agree, Els. I totally agree. Well, you know what? People always, you know, it's a funny one to me. So today, I'm having a Thanksgiving thing tomorrow. I'm gonna stream on Thanksgiving at 4 p.m. Eastern, just for anybody who, you know, not just for. Apparently, a lot of people are gonna come, I think. But you know, I was just feeling like there's a lot of people who really don't have anywhere to go,
Right.
and I wanted to offer that because it's just the three of us. Well, there's somebody else coming because, you know, couldn't not invite my mother. But anyway, I'm streaming, and so I wanted to test it out though because a couple weeks ago I was doing some stitching down by my fireplace by my wood stove, and the stream was it was buffering. So I was like, well, I said to Romeo, I said I better test out where we're gonna eat, either in the dining room or the kitchen, because I'm not sure that it won't buffer, right? So I said I better test it out now. So
Right.
so I just did like a little test this afternoon. Normally else I never pay attention to how many thumbs are up or thumbs are down. I don't give a shit. I'm sorry, I don't give a care about any of that. And but you know what? It was a freaking test. And this is the only time it's bothered me. My family was on that live test. It wasn't up for 2 seconds and somebody gave my family a thumbs down. I'm like, you people suck. It's just annoying.
Sorry. Let's
Here
see
it
what-
is.
It's a little container, little zip. Like,
This is the cutest thing ever. Now, can you buy this
yeah.
on Amazon?
Yep. The lipstick is so real.
It's so good. Lori, I will message you. I'll put it in here. I'll message it to you right
And
now.
then a little nail polish. Get the little pair of sunglasses. The little brush. And then it just kills me that everything's so realistic.
I know.
And then a little spray bottle. That's the only thing I said about this kit, because it actually is a little hydro, little lotion or spray bottle. Riley's going to have that filled with something. I know it already. But the makeup, I was like, oh my God, look at that. It looks so real.
It looks so real. Remember the stuff we used to have? It was like plastic looking, and look at the sparkle. Look how real that looks.
And then a little powder with the little puff ball. The eyeshadow is what really got me. And I'm like, damn.
And the brush. Look at the blue
Yeah.
brush. I mean, it's so cute. Hey, Joe, have at it here.
Hi, Joe.
And then all the little. Yeah, I'm going to love that.
Right, I'm on live chat, right? Okay. Look at this freaking Wells Fargo. Get off my butt. Sorry.
I won't comment.
I was just fighting with it to try to get my credit. All right, I'm looking this thing up on Amazon. My niece is only 4 months old, but what's it called?
Oh. Test niggle.
All right, thank you.
Like that.
Can you get any
And-
kind of? Can you wait? If you send me a link or something, can you get any kind of like deal? Any kind?
No.
Of, oh, well, you reviewed it.
I know. With it. Pretend makeup set. I think it's like $14.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
And then this is the tool set. This is so cute too. Come in this little. Come with the glasses. The little. Here's a hammer.
Yes.
The little.
Oh my god, it's so cute! I love all this stuff. I had this. My son had this. He had a workbench and all that. He used to wear his little construction vest. He used to like Romeo was talking about the other day when he was your granddaughter's age. My son used to be really into like playing, and he used to wear all of his costumes out of the house. Like there's a hot dog stand down the down at the like down the
I
road.
like that it has all the little nuts and bolts that she can.
Yeah.
Oh, Scott, there's no tape measure in this. Oh, there's a ruler. Oh, it even comes with super tool set name, gender, age, and department badge.
She got a badge.
So that makes them official.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
she's official.
She's gonna like this. And all the little heads for the screwdriver. Riley got an imagination. She likes playing.
That's great.
So,
That is great.
but first I was gonna give it to my foster sons
How many
for
foster kids?
Christmas, and then when I was at his house, he's got the whole toolbox work
How many-
section, so you
how
didn't really
many
need it.
How
And
many
then-
foster kids do you have?
Huh?
How many foster kids do you have?
I just have one.
God bless
I
you.
call him my foster kid. His mom, okay, how do I explain this easy? His mom put him in Job Corps, put me down for case of emergency. He got kicked out of the Job Corps, and I got the phone call, and she left the state. So I ended up with him.
Well, God bless you for doing that.
Yeah, I picked him up at the bus station, and I'm like, what do I do with this kid? We couldn't find her. We didn't know where she was.
How old is he?
He was 15.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, she left the state of Wisconsin. He was in Michigan for Job Corps and went to Utah.
How do you do that? I'm sorry. How do you leave Utah? As a mother, I just don't get it.
Yep.
I don't get it.
And she put me down as case emergency. So here I get this phone call from Job Corps. And I'm like, what? Well, you're the emergency contact. And I'm like, I am? I didn't even know it. So
You were-
I'm like, okay.
So surprised.
Yeah. So I picked him up, and that was like a Friday. And that Monday I went to social services. And I've never been down that road. So I'm like, I don't want to go to social services and this kid end up in a random foster home. Not that they're bad.
No, some random ones are not good. Some are good, some are not.
Yeah. I just, and because I'm like, I didn't know what to do legally.
Yeah,
You know?
no, yeah. Absolutely. You don't want to get in trouble either, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So they gave me, due to the fact that the paperwork, because I asked the people up in Job Corps to send me the paperwork where she put me down as emergency contact. So I had proof that she had something with my name on that wise. So they sent it with Tim, because I told the lady on the phone, I'm like, I'm not even a blood relation to this kid. How can I be an emergency contact? Because I always think emergency contact, you should be blood,
Yeah.
So she goes, I can send a copy of this with you. I said, I greatly appreciate it. And she goes, I would contact social services on Monday. We can't contact her. All the numbers that she gave us, they're disconnected. So I went down to social services because I'm thinking, how am I supposed to register this kid in school? I have no legal way,
Yeah.
So I went to social services. They gave me temporary guardianship.
Wow.
And they filed abandonment charges on her because we got a hold of Tim's only relative, which was his stepfather's mother, which they were divorced. And she's the one that told us that his mom picked up and left because he had two sisters with the stepfather and went to Utah.
I just can't even believe that. Thank God for you, though. You became an angel for that kid.
Yeah. And he's still here in Wisconsin. Still comes around. Like to jack him in the ass a couple times, but you could tell he's not had a good childhood.
Well, I bet you feel like an angel to him.
Oh yeah, he knows where to come when he messes up. I don't know what his household was like the first 15 years that he kind of lived, because I only had him for 2. He moved to Utah when he was 17, but then he came back. But he's a drinker.
That's really hard.
Yeah, you were actually lucky that she had put you down as the contact, because by putting you on the contact, when she signed him up for Job Corps, that became a legal binding document stating that she wanted you to have guardianship of him in the event that something happened.
Yep. That's what the here in Green Bay did. Because I never even had to go to court. Nothing.
Nope.
Yep. They just boom, and I could register him in school, and I got $315 a month.
Yep.
Take care of him. I was like, what?
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't expect any of that.
Well, you know what? Yeah.
I just was worried like we need to get this kid in school.
Yeah, because you're a good person. There's some people who do it for the money, unfortunately.
Yeah. I looked at the lady. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, because you're taking him in. They called it kinship care.
Yeah.
Here in Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called kinship care or familial care. If they can establish any kind of kinship, even if it is just you're a close family friend,
yep,
they will try to place that child with you before they call me and go, hey, can you come pick up we've got this kid.
Well, when they contacted her, because he had a stepfather here in town,
right,
and they were going through divorce.
Oh.
And Tim's like, I ain't going there. I'll run away.
Oh, Mom must have been bad.
And
Hi, this is Mike.
well, this is a kid when he was like 18. He lost his birth certificate. Needed a birth certificate. I'm like, Tim, how'd you get a work permit? Well, my mom went and got it. And I'm like, oh, because he worked. So I'm like, where were you born? We'll get on the internet, figure out how to order one, because he's out of. He knew he was born out of the state of Wisconsin.
Oh my gosh.
So he's like, I was born in Utah. Get it? You go to and I contact the Utah State and I talk to a lady, and she's like, and I'm thinking, how does this work if you don't know what hospital? Nothing. She wouldn't tell him anything. Refused. Finally got a hold of Tim's grandmother to find out he was born in Wyoming.
Oh my God.
Not Utah.
Poor thing didn't even know where he was born.
Yeah. So finally can get it narrowed down to Wyoming. What a mess. Finally this lady took pity on me when I called, because I'm like, I don't know where else to turn. I said, I can't figure out what county he's born in. All I know is he's born in Utah. And she goes, okay. And I was telling her what I need. And she's like, oh, I can look that up and at least send you in the right direction. So she sends me in the right county to get his birth certificate. It was very nice. She found him. So we contacted the county. And I said to Tim, make sure you order more than one. And we'll put one in the safe. So if you ever lose it again, you have one. We bought 4. I have 3 in my safe. We get his birth certificate because Tim grew up always wondering why his dad took his older 2 siblings, but didn't take Tim or his brother Tom. Never would take them.
Okay.
Visits before they moved to Wisconsin. So he gets his birth certificate. He's carrying another man's name.
Oh man.
He found out that the person he thought was his dad wasn't his dad.
That is literally psychologically devastating.
So him and Thomas have 2 different dads. His older siblings have 2 different dads. Then there's 2 sisters that have a different dad. Yeah, his mother's a piece of work. But he was 18 years old. And so he contacts his mom and said, who's my dad? And he says, who's this guy on this birth certificate? Well, to find out he's in prison.
Oh.
But
well, now, wait a minute.
That
could be a situation where she was trying to protect him from the biological father.
Oh, no, she ended up marrying the guy.
You got a point there, Els. You know what, Els? You really got a point there.
But she ended up marrying Tim's biological father when he got out of prison.
Oh, my God.
Okay, maybe she wasn't protecting him.
Yeah.
But you had a point for a minute.
I did. It's a good point for just a minute.
But I have to give the man credit because, well, they're going through their divorce now, but Tim got hooked on meth.
Of course he did. And I don't mean to say that to be fresh, but the poor thing.
When he was living with me and I knew something was up. And this was 3 years ago. He was living back with Scott and I for a while. And I could tell a change in him because he was always a drinker. But I could tell something different.
Yeah.
And he got hooked on meth. They called his dad. Told his dad. His dad said, get on a plane. come to Utah on the farm. Well, when he got off the plane, his biological dad, put him in rehab right away.
Oh, that's good. Did it
And
help?
he's like, oh yeah, he's clean. And I didn't know any of this because he was such a little dickhead toward me.
Well, that's what
And one of
happens.
his things when he got back, he had to come and talk to Scott and I because he was just terrible.
Yeah, well, drug addicts, yeah. They
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made amends. He's a father of 3. He's
so nice, Tina. You really probably changed his life. I mean, that's a really severe childhood.
yeah, because I always tell my son, because my own son gets all mad and jealous. I'm like, go walk in Tim's shoes as a child. The first year I met this kid, it was Christmas, and he came over to the house and he's like, looked at all the Christmas stuff underneath the Christmas tree. And he's like, oh, you guys had a Christmas? And I'm like, what'd you get for Christmas? He goes, nothing, because my mom said we didn't deserve it.
Oh, my God.
So they never, yeah.
Charming.
So every year I make sure there's a Christmas present for Tim, even if it's just a little something. But I couldn't get over that. I said, what? Yeah, we didn't have no Christmas tree, no nothing.
I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of kids on that position this year. My heart breaks for all the people in the country with that position. I just feel grateful that we can do a Christmas for our kids.
Yeah. But I'll never forget that look on his face when all underneath the Christmas tree. And he said, yeah, we didn't deserve Santa.
That is the worst.
Every kid deserves Santa.
Absolutely. Every child deserves a childhood.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, when Mike and I were still taking foster kids, and we haven't, we've taken some time off because it's devastating. It kills you.
Yeah.
We worked as relief parents for a while.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Where we would take kids, like if, the foster family had to leave state, they had to go to a family function, like a wedding or funeral or something.
Mm-hmm. They
cannot take the foster child with them without permission.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You can't take them out of the county.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
So often they have what they call temporary foster families or relief families who take the kid, and it's like the kid gets to have a weekend over hanging out with some friends.
Yeah.
And a lot of times those kids in foster care, they do know each other because they meet each other in the visitation. They meet each other at foster events. Because like here, they have a big carnival every year. It's totally free for the foster kids. They have it at one of the big state parks.
Oh, that's cool.
And
that is
foster
cool.
Kids and the families can go up there. Even kids that have been in foster care and are now reunited with their parents are allowed to attend. It's totally free. They hire in a one of those traveling carnival type things.
Yeah.
They do entertainment and everything. It's free barbecue, the whole 9 yards.
Cool.
And we would take our foster kids up there. So a lot of our foster kids would go see, they'd meet other foster kids. And more importantly, it's a day for when you have a family that's got like 5 or 6 or 7 kids. It's really hard to find one foster family who can take them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those kids sometimes will be separated.
Yeah.
We had, at one point we had 4 kids from one family, and I still had one other foster kid, and there were 5 kids in the family. One of them was still in the unit, still at the regular receiving unit where they house them when they first get them in.
Yeah.
And there was an older one that was in another foster house, but they were able to put that child in the foster home that was like right down the street from us. So at least they got to see each other at school and, on the weekends and whatnot. And they do try to make visitation that's for the parents. And then they try to make visitation that's just for the kids.
Yeah.
So if they're separated, they can get them together. But this is like one of those events.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what, every year, never failed, starting in October, we would get calls. Do you have room to take an 8-year-old boy? Okay, well, today? Oh, no, this is going to be for relief care. Well, I do have one that I believe is going to be moving in with their sibling. So I do have a bed open coming up, but when are we looking at? Oh, well, it'll be just a relief care, and it'll be December 20th through December 27th.
Yeah, right. Christmas.
because they dump them at Christmas. And the first year we were like, okay, we understand. These people want to go spend Christmas with their families. We'll take the kids. So we took a couple of kids. These foster parents dropped these kids off with like four toys from the dollar store.
Oh man.
And our foster kids that we had for 6-8 months or whatever, even 2 months, even ones that came in a week before, they got $100 worth of presents under the tree.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal for them elves.
And then we would go over to the main office and we'd go, hey, look, we just took these kids on relief care and then the foster parents brought them over and brought garbage for Christmas. What can we do? And then they would give us garbage. They were like, oh, we can do this. And they would hand us a bag of candy, bag of toys that was appropriate to the age. And it was just more 99-cent store toys. And I was like, no.
Well, you know what? Let me tell you, if you ever start taking them in again, you should definitely let us know in the community because we will make sure.
And even in the foster families, I'll be honest, we took in 2 little girls. One of them was blonde-haired, blue-eyed, very pale skin. Her sister, dark hair, brown eyes, dark skin, half siblings.
Mm-hmm.
The little blonde girl shows up and she's got on a pair of mucklucks and a cute little like sheepskin coat, the little furry sheepskin coat and this adorable little dress and a pair of leggings, and her hair's all done up really cute and everything. And she's got just the most adorable little jewelry on and everything. And her sister shows up in a sack dress and a pair of tennis shoes.
I used to see that all elves when I was teaching. That was part of my problem when I was teaching. When I would get the foster kids in, the ones with the exactly that elves, exactly the same thing. It used to break my heart. I used to be so upset about it.
But these were siblings in the same foster house.
Oh wow!
Awful.
The foster parents wanted to adopt the little blonde-haired girl.
Yeah, not the other one, right?
They didn't want to adopt the other one, and then when it looked like the parents, the biological parents, were going to get the kids back, they dumped them.
Oh.
And so we ended up with these 2 girls, and we went to the store, and the little blonde-haired girl, I remember this, her little sister was sitting in the seat of the shopping cart, and she was sitting in the basket, and I had to go get them shoes because they were outgrowing their shoes. So I'm in the Walmart with them, and I pick up this cute little pair of like unicorn, sparkly, iridescent tennis shoes. And the one, her feet were like a size smaller than her sister. And her sister was like, she can just wear my old shoes.
Oh.
And I was like, no. And I picked up this little pair of adorable shoes. And I said, do you like these? And she went, uh-huh. And so I went to put them on her foot. And her sister pops up from the back of the basket. And she goes, those are cute. They're mine. They're not hers.
Oh.
Look at what they programmed her to that.
They programmed her to that. And then I was like, are you kidding me? So they never went home. We had them for like 9 months.
Wow.
And we went and met the parents and the grandparents, and they did the exact same thing. They favored the little blonde girl and ignored the other little girl. Even her own father favored the blonde-haired girl over his own child. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me?
That's insane.
And the previous foster parents had put no services in place for the younger girl. She didn't have any speech therapy. She didn't have any recreational therapies. She didn't have anything.
Yeah, and you have to fight for that stuff.
And you have to fight for it.
Yeah,
the older girl, she had like somebody who came in twice a week and spent an hour with her just coloring and playing. She had swim class, and apparently she needed it for her muscles and stuff. The one little girl, 8 months into foster care, she was still stealing food out of the trash.
Oh God, that's heartbreaking.
We were like, son of a, what, are you kidding me?
Hey, Elisa's here. Hey, Elisa.
I have a tendency to take in strays, as I call them, because Tim wasn't my first one either.
Me
It's
too.
actually my first one. Donovan was my second. His dad kicked him out his senior year in high school because he turned 18.
Yep, a lot of parents do that.
Yes, they do.
And he scared the living daylights out of me because he was sneaking in. We never used to lock our garage. So he'd go to his job, and then because he'd show up in the morning, I'd be like, it always seemed like he showed up at breakfast time. I said to
Aw.
Diamond, what's Donovan doing here so early? Oh, he decided to come and walk me to school because him and Diamond were really good friends. And I'm like, okay. Well, I go out in the garage for something at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, and here he is sleeping in a sleeping bag in my garage.
Oh no.
And I'm scared the living daylights out of me. I turned on the light. He looked at me, and I'm like, Donovan, what are you doing sleeping in the boat? Because he's in my boat, our
Oh
boat.
my gosh.
And he's kind of, and I'm like, Donovan. And then he told me, I'm like, why didn't you tell me? You could have slept on the couch, I said. How long you been sleeping in the garage? He goes, 3 weeks.
That was an epidemic, though, back when we had the economic crash.
Yeah.
So many parents were just like, their kids would go to school and the parents would move.
Mm.
Kids would come home, no parents.
You're so right, Elson. There was not enough coverage on that.
Oh, yeah.
So there's like this whole like mid-generation of kids that were like 14, 15, 16, 17, even 18 years old in that like 3-year window
Mm-hmm.
that they're on their own right now.
Yeah.
And a lot of those kids, their parents never gave them life skills because they waited for the school to do it. Well, now the school can't do it because these kids aren't in school.
That's right. That's
And
right.
I've actually had kids. We took one foster girl in and she was like, her mom died
Oh.
in a hospital. Nobody looked at this 15-year-old girl and said, do you have someplace to go? So she stayed in her apartment until they evicted her and until the food stamps stopped coming. And then she didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So she went out, she called CPS and she said, listen, my mom died. I've been on my own for about 4 months now. And I need a place to stay. I don't have any place to sleep. Do you know what they told her? Go find somebody to call us because we can't come get you.
Oh my God, I'm gonna throw up.
She had to go into like a McDonald's and beg the manager at the McDonald's to call CPS for her.
This is what's wrong with the system right there. That's it. That's the crux of it.
Like, what do you mean you can't do something? Here's a child who's reaching out to you saying, I'm endangered. You're supposed to protect endangered children.
Yeah.
Be a human.
Yeah,
That's one of
so
my hardest realizations as an adult.
they got Donovan an apartment through some program. He had his own place.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, we had one we were going to. Everybody knows I have 7 kids.
Yeah.
2 of them are foster kids that I raised to adult.
Wow. How long did you, when did you get them?
The little girl was 9 and her brother was 6.
Wow. So you had them basically. So they are your kids.
Yeah. Oh, they took him and placed him back with the mother. And then the little boy would run away again and come back to my house.
Oh, Els. Oh.
And at one point, they took him and put him in a different foster placement, and he ran away and came back to my house. He did it again and again. And by the 3rd time, his worker just went, just keep him.
Oh.
I'm tired of tracking him down. At least I know where he goes.
Yeah.
And it would crack me up because when she had custody and he'd come over to my house, like one time in all of the times that he did it in all those years, she came over one time with like a bag of cereal and like 4 packs of Top Ramen. And she was like, I just wanted to bring some groceries over for him.
Yeah, thanks.
And I'm like looking at it going, what is that? Because at the time I didn't have teenagers. I didn't know what the hell Top Ramen was.
Yeah. Not yet.
It sort of looks like udon. Is that like udon? But we raised them, and when we had them for so long and they had finally severed the mother's parental rights and the dad was in prison, so it wasn't an issue. We asked about adopting them, and to be honest, the child's they told us, point out child protection. They said, do not adopt these children because you give them more by not adopting them.
I know. You know what? I got to tell you what. You're so smart because you know what they did here. One of my students who I had for many years, I had him for, I had him more. I had him so long. He was my little. Oh, he's part of my heart still. I miss him so much. Anyway, he and his twin sister have major special needs, but he had way more needs than she did. He came super far, but his mom had already his mom had already adopted three. She had 3 of her own kids who were older. She had already adopted 3 of the foster kids who she had fostered. They called her and told her the awful story of what had happened to these 2 little ones who were 18. They were 18 months old at the time. And then she adopted all of them. And I said to her, Lori, and I had met her after they were all adopted. I said, why did you adopt them? Because, now, and I'm not saying because she wasn't doing it obviously for money or anything, but I said, but now, Lori, you're a single mom. That her husband ended up divorcing her, and now you've got, what did she have, 8 kids in or whatever it was, and now she didn't have any financial resources.
Well, if you adopt a child through foster care that has special needs, they continue to give you a monthly stipend.
Oh, they do? Okay, so at least she got some from them. But yeah, the rest of them didn't have special needs.
It's not huge, but no, if they're siblings, they're special need.
Oh, okay.
Even just like a set of 2 is considered special needs because everybody wants to adopt 1 kid, nobody wants to adopt 2, so they've classified them as a special need.
All right, I'm glad to know that.
But what it is when when we were going to adopt them, they were like 15, like in that neighborhood. They were just in their teens. And they told us, they said, if you adopt them, they're going to lose out on so much. And we were like, well, what? And they were like, well, one, when they hit a certain age, we match in their foster, like what we pay you, we match that to an account for them.
Oh, okay.
So like we got like $350 average per child. They were putting $350 a month into a savings account for the child. If the child's adopted, that money goes away.
Oh, okay.
They get, in this state, and I know in a lot of states, I've fostered in quite a few states.
Yes,
but I know in this specific state, they get a scholarship to college.
Oh, good.
They can go to UNLV.
That's nice.
That's great.
They get housing assistance where they get an apartment and they can go, it's not new furniture, but it's decent furniture. They can go and pick out some furniture. That becomes their furniture. They get to furnish their little 1-bedroom apartment. Their cable's paid for, their electric's paid for. They have on-site counselors that are there 24/7. So to help them, they help them buy a car. They help them get a job.
Yeah, they have a chance at life.
Right. They teach them, like they go once, they take them, if they don't have a car, they take them once a week to the grocery store and they show them how to budget their food money, how to budget.
Yeah, that's what program like Donovan was in.
Right. And so if we had adopted them, they would have lost all those benefits.
Yeah, that's one. You know what? That's
Savannah
good.
was in that program too because
they explain that to you.
When I went to school, they were like, well, Donovan, and I'm like, wait a minute. You gave Savannah an apartment who wasn't technically homeless, who chose to leave her grandparents' house and move in with my house and didn't want to follow the rules. So she moved out one afternoon. And then she claimed homelessness, and you got her in an apartment when you got a kid that was literally thrown out of a house, and you're not going to assist him? I said, I'm going to the news. Wow, they really moved quick. Because Savannah, Diamond's friend Savannah, wanted to spend her senior year here in Green Bay. She had to move in with her grandparents because her mom went to prison. Savannah didn't have an easy life either, but she had a perfectly fine home with her grandparents.
Okay.
And talked Diamond and her talked me and Scott into letting her come and live with us for her senior year here in Green Bay. And she didn't want to follow the rules. So she got huffy and moved out when me and Scott were out grocery shopping. And then claimed homelessness.
Because she didn't want to follow the rules.
And then when I found out she got this apartment and into this program, I thought of Donovan. I mean, you're talking December. He's sleeping in my garage. I'm like, Donovan, it's December. You could have froze to death in my garage.
Yeah, Green Bay, absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you in Green Bay?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, it is cold, right?
Yeah. So I went to school the next day, and I'm like, how do I get this kid signed up in this program? And then the worker's like, well, we don't have that. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is how it's going to work, because I can be ballsy when I need to.
Good for you.
And I'm like, he shares an apartment with Savannah that you just got that should have never even got one, in my opinion, because she wasn't technically homeless in my opinion. She could have moved back with her grandparents. She could have stayed with us. And I said, but you got a kid whose parents literally threw him out because he turned 18. I said, and has nowhere to go. His aunt let him stay there until the uncle didn't want him there anymore. This kid has been, and
Unfortunately, Tina, it is the way it is. Kids are disposable now.
I can't believe
Yep.
it. Els. It makes me Els. It makes me fume.
yeah. But he got his thing. He got into one. He had to have a job. He had to keep a grade average. He got an apartment, and he did good. Both him and his man did good because they were neighbors. He worked. You know what was sad is he invited his parents to his high school graduation, and it didn't show up. The only people that was there for his graduation. Of course, I was there because Diamond was graduating. But you could hear me in the video cheering Donovan on. He's like, I knew it was your mom, Diamond. I could hear her. But they didn't even show up for his graduation.
That's unbelievable.
This is, I don't, how do you describe this? When his oldest brother was half sibling. So that was, he was the apple of his dad's eye. And then his youngest brother was the apple of his parents. They always favored the youngest child. Donovan was the black sheep, as he puts it. I seen this kid with black and blue eyes. This man called. I ended up calling the cops before I even met his parents, because Diamond was a cheerleader, and it was cold, and Donovan borrowed his sweatshirt that he had on, because he had a coat. So she wore it home. His dad asked, where's that sweatshirt I bought and paid $50 for? He says, I borrowed it to my friend Diamond. She'll bring it to school tomorrow. It's 11 o'clock at night, and I have this guy calling my phone screaming at me about this sweatshirt that I have no idea what he's talking about. So I called the cops on him because he threatened me. So the next day when I bring it to Diamond's school, I said, I will bring it to school tomorrow, because I said, Diamond came home, changed, and went to a girlfriend's for a sleepover. So I had no clue. So I had to get a hold of her. And here Donovan meets me in the office, and he has a black eye.
Oh.
And I said to him, Donovan, how'd you get the black eye? And he never would tell. He never told.
Abused people never do tell.
And I looked at the principal. I said, his dad gave him that. She goes, until he tells us, there's nothing we can do. And I'm like, excuse me?
There is nothing they can do, Tina.
It blew me away. It just blew me away.
And the children don't tell on the parents. Hey, Vanessa.
Yep.
I'm sorry, it like I've seen some stuff. I'm a mandatory reporter, obviously, because Jersey knows this, being a teacher.
Yep, mandatory reporter myself.
If you see something, you have to report it.
Yep.
And I've been in situations where I've seen, and this is a sad, sad thing. I've been at like grocery stores where I've seen a father pick his kid up by the arm and just wail on that kid.
Oh, I've seen it too.
And you get in the middle of it, and they know you're in the middle of it because you're following them and you're like looking at them and you're on the phone the whole time. And I've called the police department and they don't show up. They don't want to come.
Nope,
They're like, well, if we don't see it, it didn't happen. But the kid can report it.
They
But if the kid reports
they
it,
see him doing it in the act. There's nothing they can't. They said they can't hear me. Let me put my headphones in.
I can't.
They can't.
Hi, Laura. Hi, Laura. Ooh, I got Amy paper.
Witchy's here. I love Witchy. All right, let me get my headphones because they said they can't hear me, which is so unusual.
really, with your mouth, somebody can't
That's
hear
what I'm
you?
talking about. That seems a little unusual. You know what? Let me go get the good headphones. I'll be right back. I'm going to steal. Romeo has better headphones. I'll be right back.
Ooh, them are cool.
Yeah, exactly, Tina. That's why little kids don't tell on their parents because if nothing happens, it just makes it worse for them.
Yeah. I asked Donovan after he got thrown on, like, why didn't you ever tell on your dad? He goes, because if I didn't get taken out of the house, I'd have got my ass kicked when I got home.
That's right.
But you know what? When Donovan turned 19, 20, his dad swung at him. he swung back. The cops got called, and his dad got a battery charge on him.
Good.
Yep.
And the sad thing about that is that is the exception.
Yes, but you know what? You're the exception too, Els, in a lot of ways. But although I have to say, I have met a couple of really good foster parents over the years. I had one that was like really nutty, but I had one that was really, really fabulous. She was awesome. She got these.
There are some great ones, and there are some really crappy ones.
Yeah.
Well, I have a brother. I have a biological brother named Tim. He's passed away. And then there's Jamie. Jamie would come home every night with my brother for months. And my mom looked at my brother and said, "Where's his parents?" Oh, he got thrown out, and because you'd see him like every 3 days. Jamie'd be at the house, and then he'd be there for 2 days, and then he'd disappear. He was sleeping on people's couches.
Yeah, couch surfing.
Yep.
So my mom finally said to him, "Where's your clothes?" Because he'd have some clothes at our house, some clothes over here. My mom's like, "Just gather all your clothes. You can stay here." My mom never went for any assistance on this for Jamie at all. Nothing.
That's how you learn, though. See, you learn to take it. That's because you watched your mother do that, that's how you end up helping those other kids, Tina.
Yep. And Jamie was, when people ask me how many brothers you have, I'm like, I have 2. They're both passed away, but I have 2 brothers.
I'm sorry they passed away, honey.
And Jamie, I can remember the exact moment I met him. I was making spaghetti, and he said to me, "What you doing?" Because we lived across the hayfield from my grandfather's, and my grandfather saw my brother drive in, and he flashed a yard light. That's how they communicated. And so he dropped my brother Jamie. He dropped Jamie off, and he says, "I have to go see what my grandpa wants." So he walks in this house, and I'm cooking spaghetti, and there's this strange kid in my house, and he goes, "Hi, how you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm okay." He goes, "I'm a friend of Timmy's," and I'm like, "Okay." "I'm Jamie," and I'm like, "Oh, hi." And I knew who he was because I heard about Jamie, but never met him. He's like, "What you making?" I'm like, "Spaghetti for my mom. She'll be home in a little bit." And I'm 12 years old. And he goes, "Should I teach you a trick?" And I'm like, "Sure." And he goes, "Do you want to know how you know your noodles are done?" I'm like, "Well, I taste them." He goes, "Oh, I got a better trick for you." So he took a noodle out and he threw it up in the air, and he's like, "It stuck to the ceiling." "Yep, it's good."
I love that. That's a great trick. I love that trick.
Yeah. And then
you were 12.
Take the spoon to get the oil out of the hamburger because I didn't drain the hamburger. He goes, "Oh, there's a lot of oil in it. Did you drain the hamburger?" I'm like, "You're supposed to drain the hamburger?" So he showed me how to take a spoon to get all the oil out. And for some reason, to this day, I can remember that.
Yeah, but that's the special memories, especially when someone's not here anymore, that they stick
Yeah.
with you.
The thing
I was talking about that in the chat yesterday somewhere. I was talking about how my dad passed away a year and a half ago, and Christmas was always a big deal for my dad, and he used to take us into New York City every year. And I was just, and I can't do it for my son this year because this was the year I really wanted to do it. He took us, my mom actually took us in to see the Rockettes show. And let me tell you something. That show, the Rockettes are awesome. Like, because I've seen it a couple times since I was, because I live really close to New York. I'm about, depending on the traffic, I'm anywhere from like 50 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes, depending on the traffic. And but the most amazing part of the Rockette show, I think, is the live animals come on the damn stage. They do the whole like scene from like the nativity scene, and all of a sudden these camels start walking on the stage.
Oh wow, that'd be so cool.
You're like, whoa, So we told my daughter, but my son hasn't been yet.
I said, if I ever get to Vegas, I kind of got a bucket list. I don't want to go to Vegas to gamble. I want to go to Vegas to see the shows because I'm not a gambler. If I want to gamble, I can do that here.
I don't gamble either. Yeah.
If I go to New York, I want to see Rockefeller Center.
Oh, it's beautiful. We used to go to that's the other thing.
And I want to go at Christmas or 4th of July.
You need to go at Christmas, let me tell you, because
Jersey.
What?
You when your grandmother took you down, did you ever get to go to high tea at Tavern?
Oh no, but we didn't go to high tea. But you know what? We took Romeo's mom because she was a huge
Is that
vlog-
that restaurant in the park?
It's
Yeah.
in Central Park, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I never went to high tea, but I have been there. We took Romeo's mom at Christmas for Christmas. We took her to see Chicago on Broadway because she loved Broadway shows.
Right.
And we took her, and that was his present to her was the tickets to Chicago, and my present was no, my whatever was cheaper was my present. But no, hey man, listen. He finished his master's degree. I didn't, so he made more money. And that's how you get paid as a teacher. I'm four classes shy, so you know. But but we took her to Tavern on the Green for dinner. Oh my God, Alice, the food.
Is that the one that's like you can look through it? It's glass.
Yes.
Yes,
not
it's amazing.
anymore. It's
Yeah.
closed.
Yeah, it's done. But we did get to go once. I did get to go once. But I'll tell you, my dad took us.
Seen it in movies.
Yeah, my dad took us to every year. My brother and I would go on December 23rd. My dad would take us into New York. He would take us out of school because it was a half day of school. It was every year, and we would. And my parents fought like crazy. Like it was my childhood was really sort of bizarre. But anyway, they would fight all the time. But on the 23rd was never a fight. We would always go with my dad. And we would go to New York City, and we would go and do something special. Like we would always go to the Tree at Rockefeller Center. Sometimes we would ice skate, sometimes not. We would always go to some famous restaurant for lunch, and then we would do like an activity, like we did the NBC studio tour one year, something like that. And then at the end, and it's not there anymore either. At the end, we would go to FAO Schwartz, and we would get a toy. It was just a, it was a great memory. It's always it's just, I never thought about it when I was a kid. And my favorite, people, you'll love this because you know me, my favorite gift that I ever got at FAO Schwartz was one year I got a watch and it was a rainbow. And every time the second hand went around, the rainbow would turn different colors.
Oh.
I freaking love that thing, man.
Chicago. I've been to Chicago at Christmas time. It's pretty there too.
Now I've never been. Oh yeah, decorations at Macy's. That's the other thing we would do. My grandmother, my grandmother on my father's side, she wasn't the fancy grandmother. She was my Catholic grandmother. But my dad really was super close with her. We would go on to Fifth Avenue and we would go into Saks and we would get her a gift. So the beautiful decorations on Fifth Avenue are amazing. The storefronts and stuff. Oh. But you can't do it this year. You just can't. So that's it.
We used to go. My grandmother lived in Patterson.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So literally right across the.
Yeah, you're there. You're there, baby.
And so we used to go, and she never left. She was born in Clifton.
Mm-hmm. She's a Jersey girl, real Jersey girl.
Yeah, she's a real Jersey girl. And we used to go, and my grandfather was a contemporary of Hoffa.
Oh, no way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was a mucky muck. He was big in the union.
No way.
And so we would go. Yeah, my mom used to play in a paddle pool with the Teflon Don when they were kids.
I love it.
And so we would go into New York every year, right before Christmas, to go see the Rockettes and see the whole nativity and the Christmas production.
Yeah. Yep.
My grandmother drove a big Impala.
Oh, I love it.
One of those huge Impalas.
Yes, I love it.
And we would pull in, and my grandmother would pull up, and the guy would come over, and he'd go, "Can I help you?" "Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Talon. One moment, please."
Yes.
And she would get out of the car. We would get out. I had to wear the little gloves and the saddle shoes, and
totally.
I had the muff and the whole 9 yards.
Yes, the muff.
And he'd go, "You just wait here, ma'am. I'll go park your car. It's warm in my booth." And we'd sit in the booth while he'd go park the car, and he'd come back, and then he'd go out and he'd flag down one of the little carts, the little horse-drawn carriages.
Yes.
And then the driver would take us and take us through the ride through Central Park so we could see all the ice skaters and everything at Rockefeller Center.
That's so fun.
And then we'd stop at Tavern on the Green and have high tea.
Oh, I never had high tea there. That is awesome.
And then my grandmother would go out, and used to be at Tavern on the Green, they had drivers that would drive you places for like $20.
Oh, cool.
So she would get a driver to take us over to go see the Rockettes, and we would get there and we'd go in. And my grandmother always had a box seat. She never liked to sit in the main audience. She always wanted
that's awesome. I never did that.
So we'd sit in the box seat, we'd watch the show, and we'd come back out. My grandfather would meet us for dinner. He'd drive into the city to meet us for dinner. He'd take the train in. And he would come into the city to meet us for dinner, and my grandmother and my grandfather, me and my brother, we'd all go to dinner, usually someplace really nice,
Yeah, fun with
like
grandparents.
a steakhouse or something. You know, my brother had to wear a suit. He's
Yeah,
the
it'd
only
be
time
like,
my grandfather, like church, weddings, and Rockefeller Center was the only place that my grandfather ever wore a suit his whole life.
that's so fun. It's
Other
so
than that, it was
fun.
coveralls and an engineer's cap.
That's awesome.
And I remember going into New York with my grandmother on many occasions where we would see people on the street and they knew her. Like they knew who she was, and they'd be like, "Oh, Mrs. Talon, it's so nice to see you. Please remember me to your husband."
So fun.
And I remember growing up like that. And I spent like Christmas vacations in summer I spent with my grandparents.
No, but you know what's so cool about that is like as a little kid, you're not like quite sure what all that means, but then you become an adult and you're like, holy crap.
Yeah, like my mom got married. My mom got married in St. Peter's, right there.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
And
That's beautiful.
do you remember the dollar dance
No.
from weddings?
Oh, yeah, where they pin the dollars on the wedding dress?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
So my mom got married there. And of course, all of my grandfather's union buddies were there. And people were coming up with little envelopes, and they weren't pinning money to her. They were just handing her an envelope and go, "Here you go. Remember me to your dad. Remember me to your dad." My grandmother had a purse full of envelopes. At the time.
I had only one friend growing up whose father was involved in the in the union like that, and it was the same thing at her sweet 16. They all came, and the same thing. They all kept giving. They were in these suits, and they kept giving these envelopes to her.
Yeah, and she's like, "What the hell?" And her mom
Yeah.
said,
It's so fun. It's so fun.
but she was like, "I had no idea why they were handing me these envelopes and what was in them." And then later on, I'm like looking at my mom's opening them, and my grandfather was like standing there going, "Oh yeah, he's a good guy."
Yeah, your grandfather's making sure who was the best guy of all.
Yeah, like, my grandfather would be standing there going, "Oh yeah, he's a good man. He's a good man. I got to remember to go down to the hall to make sure he gets a book." Son of a schlub. My daughter married and she gets $100.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Oh man.
If you were a kid and you grew up in New York in the 60s and the 70s, it was hysterical.
Yeah. No, it's just too funny. That's just awesome. I love that. That's great. You know, it's a shame with everything this year, but you know, it'll clear up. It will clear up. We will. You know, we'll get back. And honestly, my son, he actually went to New York not too long ago in October because things were not as bad, and they had made the reservations. I don't keep up with popular culture at all, and you know, without my daughter's 23, but when she was around, I used to know stuff. But he went to some restaurant that I guess it's kind of famous, the Sugar Factory, and they have I guess they had to do reservations because they're doing all the social distancing like 2 years. They had to do it over the summer. So
Yeah.
So they are doing that, but I don't know. Things are different now here. Like Micah just we have to get the kitten that we have to get him fixed. And there was a email from my vet is going back to where we have to like you're not allowed in the office anymore. Like you have to drop the animals off in the parking lot. So.
Yeah, we're pretty well shut down. Appointment only.
It's all right. You know what? I feel like now that I did it once, I'm like, I can buck up for a little bit. You know, I'm okay. What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna complain about it, and complaining isn't gonna change it.
Yeah.
Right? You know.
Yep.
And it's the holidays. I'm like, I'm not letting anything ruin my holiday.
Well, here they've got they have the restaurants open and you can go in and get something to eat, but you have to wear the mask.
Yeah, I don't get that.
When you're
wear
like
the mask going in the restaurant, but once we're seated at the table, we can take it off.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
Yeah.
So why am I wearing this mask?
I know that to me. I was
Like when I went out with the girls last week, nobody was wearing masks in any of the bars.
Here, the people will go nuts if you go in. I accidentally, oh my God, my brother sent me this text. Oh my God. It was like it was the day after the whole election thing or whatever. And it was like a thing. And it said that it was from, it looked like it was from a legit source. And he actually didn't send it to me. He sent it to the whole my mom is my mom and my two brothers and me. So she has us on this like group chat thing. Right. And I wasn't paying attention to most of it because unless it was a picture of my niece who was born, or my nephew who were little babies of my brothers, right? Because I like to look at the baby pictures. I haven't even met my niece yet because of all this, and she lives in Maine. She's born in July, and so I'm like, oh, it was something about I forget what it was, but it was something that I was like, oh, this looks like an interesting article. I open it. It's a really awful picture, like some just some awful like pornographic image of my brother just being a wise guy, right? He thinks he's funny. 42 years old, he thinks he's funny. And then I realized my mother is on this chat. So I'm like, oh my God. I mean, it was like a really bad image. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, oh my God. And so I like text my mom. I'm like, don't open. And my mom's like, I already opened it.
Been there, done that.
And my other brother, I text my other brother. I'm like, he's like, I know. I already text mom and told her not to open it. She had already opened it. I was like, I text my little brother on that. I'm like, you're such an idiot. I'm like, sometimes I feel like sometimes your siblings, like they're like at least for my siblings, it's like I still see my little brother. Now he's grown. He's got 2 children. He owns this wonderful business. His wife is super successful. They're like this he's definitely like the one that like of the 3 of us would be considered totally successful in the eyes of society, right? I'm like, if anybody could really know.
What
I'm just like, I want to completely go to the office where in his business that he owns and with all his employees, and I want to go in there and be like, this is who I'm going to tell you who this guy really is.
Yeah.
Let me tell you who you work for.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you let me just explain to you who you think your boss is so cool. He does these things where like he does like casual Friday and he buys everybody drinks at the bar and he's like this cool boss to work for. Let me tell you what he did in 2nd grade.
Yeah.
He's a
Let me
piece of
show
work.
you who you're really working for.
Yeah. It's just he cracks me. I mean, and he's like this. I'm like, he's the responsible dad. I just can't wait till his kids get old enough for me to tell them some funny stories. Because
I used to tell my daughter, you'll get one like you. You watch and see. She did her last one.
Oh, I wanted to thank you. You're the one. I couldn't remember who it was. That's what else I heard on the live that I watched of yours. I don't know whether I was doing the lurking that day or there was whether a replay I watched of yours. I took a parenting tip from you that has been working fantastic. You said I think it was your mother did it to you, and then you did it to your daughter, or something, and then your daughter's doing it to the granddaughter. Some kind of song that you sing when the kid's whining or doing something.
It's gonna go eat worms.
Yeah, and I don't know what it, but all of this, but I don't know the song. But my son now, because what he's doing, he's 11. He'll be 11 in January, and he's really a good kid and all that. He really, really is. But he's at that age where he knows everything.
Yeah.
So, and he has an answer for everything. And even if I say, "Can you pick that up?" he'll say, "Well, I didn't put it there," and he clearly did. It's like that kind of, and it's just like it wears, especially since we're home all the time. It just wears me down.
Yeah.
So now I started doing what you did. So what I do is anytime he tries to talk back a response like that, I start singing. And he gets
Is it working?
Tina, he's so annoyed with me. It works so good. And I'm going to tell you, you hear him in the background, he goes, and it's so annoying.
Yep. It actually was my husband's side. Mom and dad did that.
You want me to rebel against you as a teenager?
He just said, do you want me to rebel against you as a teenager?
We get worse when you get teenagers, so beware.
He said,
embarrass your girlfriend.
Yeah, we're going to embarrass you in front of your girlfriends.
We have all of those pictures.
Yep.
Oh, you know what he said to me too? He said, he's a piece of work. He said to me, by the way, I'd like you to, he goes, I want to approve what pictures you're putting of me on social media. I said, yeah, when you're 18. I said, till then I can put up whatever I want.
Yep. I laugh because my son is, he was the quiet one. Now he's the distant one. I see him here and there and far in between. And he used to say to me, why ain't there any food? He'd be like, there ain't no food in this house.
Well, kids always say that.
Yeah. So now when he comes over, he opens the cupboard doors and he's like, why didn't you have this food in this house when I was here?
That's what my daughter says.
He walks in the house. He doesn't say, hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. He opens the refrigerator and opens the cupboards. And I'm like, I said to him, I go, well, because I'm not feeding, because my son would eat basically for two.
Yeah, yeah, boys do. I can't get over how much my son eats versus my daughter did.
Yeah. And
Oh, please.
I
As
say
the
to
mother
him,
of 7, let me tell you something.
Yeah, she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to hear it.
My girls can keep up with my boys,
yeah,
and they're skinny as a rail, all of them.
yeah,
Every one of them is skinny as shit. And I'm like, what the? Did you just eat half a turkey in 4 seconds?
yep. Just like the grandkids come over, they're always hungry. I looked at them and I said, don't you ever feed these children? Are you starving them? Sam used to think I was Sam, my son-in-law. He said to them, he goes, why does your mom always think that? We feed our children. My mom goes, she's kidding, Sam. But she knows we're not starving our kids. They're literally, what's funny is Diamond stopped at McDonald's last week on our way here because I'm like, I don't have milk in my house. Me and Scott don't drink milk. It's a rarity. So I had to watch the kids. And I'm like, you better feed them breakfast or pick them something up. I have no milk or cereal. Riley ate the last of cereal. If I have cereal, it's a snack, not with milk. We just munch on it, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So she fed them. Literally swung into McDonald's. Each got that meal with the pancakes, the sausage, the juice.
Yeah.
Picked me one up. Came in the house, dropped them off. And then she got the call. She didn't have to go to work. So she hung around. Coda, especially Lakota. He's so funny. Ate his breakfast and then came in to meet because the thing is I created a little monster.
How old is he?
Would spend the night with me, I say the next morning, I said, we'll go get donuts at the Quick Trip because donuts at the Quick Trip are like the Krispy Kreme donuts.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah, we don't have Krispy Kreme, but that's the closest runner-up is these donuts from the local gas station, which is I'm walking distance. So we'd walk and get donuts Sunday morning and a hot chocolate. So he looks at me. He says, are we going for the donuts now, Nana?
Oh.
I'm like, Cody, you just had pancakes.
That would be my goal. That's my goal.
He goes, yeah, I know, but I'm at your house. We get donuts.
How old is he?
7.
Oh, that's it. Yep.
And I'm like, we're not getting donuts today. Donuts are, and then I got smart. I said, donuts are only if you spend the night.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But Halloween, we all went trick-or-treating. It was hit or miss this year. And I made boo buckets for him because we didn't know what it was going to be like. And so we went and checked out these houses that me and Scott saw on the news that were all decorated up. So we took a ride, came back. They're dropping me off, and the kids go, aren't we staying? And Diamond's like, no, we're going to go home. And they're like, I want to stay. And I'm like, and I go to him, I go, and Diamond goes, we'll go come in for a while. And then Riley, I'm spending the night. And she's getting out of her car seat because she puts herself in her own car seat and gets out now.
Oh.
And I said to him, I didn't know they were spending the night. Diamond goes, I didn't either, Mom. And I said, if you guys spend the night, you can't bring your candy in here because Diamond checks their candy before they can have it. Your buckets have to stay in the car. They're like, that's okay. And I said to Diamond, I go, man, I said, that bit me in the butt. I figured they wouldn't want to spend the night if they couldn't spend the night with their candy.
That means they love you more than candy.
Yep.
Priorities, Grandma, priorities.
Yep. But I laughed because after they got in the house and they left, they're like, where's your candy? I'm like, I put it all in the leftover because I did have candy out this year. Usually I don't because I usually walk. Well, I knew it was going to be hit or miss, so I decided to do a bowl on my front step. I'm like, it was all taken. Plus, I put what was left over in your buckets. They all thought I had candy in the house.
Oh, so it was biting their butt. We just bought my son said if I have to wear a mask, this is what he said to me. If I have to wear he said it to me early on too. He goes, if trick or treat is going to be a COVID thing and I got to wear a mask, can you just go buy me candy at the store? I said, yeah, okay.
Well, my daughter lives on a reservation.
Well, and those kids are little. You know, that's the thing. They're little bitties. You know, he's 11. He's already trick or treated 11 times.
Yeah,
10 times.
10. So yeah.
Yeah, he's 10. So.
this year on the res, they did a parade.
Oh,
in
that's
the
cool.
neighborhoods. And then they would ask when they came up to the driveway how many kids, and they'd say 3, and they'd throw out 3 little things like little bags full of candy. And there was 40 cars Diamond counted. They didn't need to go trick-or-treating. She said the only reason we went trick-or-treating is just because it was a tradition.
Yeah.
So we didn't stay out long. They're all sitting out in their costumes. All of a sudden, a day, like 2 days, 3 days prior to Halloween, I said they got emergency phone call on there because they have this system on their reservation where you get, it's like a school recording, you know, where it just, hello, this is your school. Oneida Reservation has the same thing to let the parents know that there was going to be a Halloween parade. Please have your children in their costumes in the neighborhood about this time.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. And that was Santa, because I was like, I don't know if we can go see Santa.
Oh yeah, what are you doing about that?
Well, Cabela's, because I saw it on her commercial. I got a hold of Diamond. She already got her appointment made. By appointment only at Cabela's.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oops.
Cool.
So
I'm
But-
echoing.
Santa's coming in the neighborhood in his, Diamond said it's funny, the picture's cute, his nice Chevy pickup, because the reindeer, and it, how it read, Diamond sent to me, it's so cute. Santa's coming to the neighborhood on such and such day in his red pickup truck because he's giving his reindeers the time off before Christmas. So if you want to meet Santa, please blah, blah, blah. So he's going to be driving around in the back of a pickup truck.
That's so cool. Why am I echoing?
I don't know. We're all echoing all of a sudden.
Huh.
Well, we've been here for 2 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could probably get. Thank you so much for hosting.
It is my pleasure.
What are you making anyways, Jersey?
I'm just doing a glue book, my Christmas
Playing
glue
under
book.
Google.
Oh, I love doing my glue book. Oh, yeah. See, look at her glue book. Mine's way different, too.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up Jersey real quick so everybody can see Jersey's glue book.
You do not need to pull up my glue book.
That's kind of cool.
Thanks. I made it out of an. I made it out of an Amazon catalog while I was just sitting here. That's all.
Wow.
I still don't have this damn Amazon catalog.
You didn't get one?
I had the kid one somewhere.
That's what this is. That's what all these images.
Oh,
are.
yeah. I was going to say there's a fox. That was a cool book.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get one, and I'm kind of sad because I paid one person's salary over there.
Yeah, this Yoda's from there too.
Yeah.
He was cool. So yeah. Else, this was so fun. Thank you.
Tina, you got anything to show us, babe?
No. Except for the
Been waiting
goodies.
for the nice people.
Here, I'll show this real quick again. Did you see that? There we go.
There we go. Now we can see the whole thing. You know, I bought one of those because I was going to use that for the base for the advent calendar if I couldn't figure something else out.
Mhm.
That is beautiful. Oh, is that a Julie Nutting girl on there?
Yeah.
Oh, such a cute idea.
All she does is Julie Nutting Girl.
I love Julie Nutting.
I only have one Julie Nutting girl, but I love her.
I probably got about 20.
Easily.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, all I did was made a bunch of boxes today.
Yeah, so you're doing an album.
And I can't help myself. It's been 3 weeks since I've done a journal, and
Or journal. You just said that to me this morning.
so yeah, I'm going to be doing a journal.
All right, cool.
And let's see what else. Don't forget the project of the month is in the shop if you want to grab it. It's this one right here. It comes in 3 colors, brown, black, and silver. This gray silver, 110-pound cardstock. Really good weight on this one. Bow Bunny is the accent on it. Stinking adorable. Comes with everything you need, all pre-scored. And
I'm buying one, people, so don't be jealous if you come to my channel and see it. Better get one.
you just got
Mine's probably on its way.
Yours is on its way.
What are you doing this video?
It's $8, includes the shipping. Yes, I have to do that. Today, there was a video release for this item that Tina's holding up. I'm going to give 2 of these away today during this live stream before I get out of here. So I'm going to ask everybody in the box, if you would please give me a number between 1 and 30.
And also do a thumbs up while you're down there, please, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Where is my pen? Ugh. Freaking glue pen.
So
Wow,
if you
no,
put in the number 130, ladies, I would like to give these two away. These are complete kits for the video that released today for the Venetian lace snowflakes.
Do you also have kits for those in the shop?
I do not. This is
Okay.
it. You get these. That's it.
come on, ladies. There's 19 people in here. Where's all these people? I'm putting my number in. I want another one.
Hi, Christine. Hi, Christine. Hi, JL. JL Johnson. How are you?
There we go. Come on. Come on. Come on, 19 people. Where are ya?
It's nice to see you over here, JL.
We have 15, 2, 22, 4, 7, 27. Come on. That's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. Where are the rest of ya?
Hey, Deborah, she streams these. You do these every week, don't you, the round robins, Els?
I do a round robin every Wednesday, and anybody who wants to is more than welcome to jump in and join.
And it's nice for the people unlike me who don't stream. It was nice. I had loved coming on today, but Els offers this also, guys, for people who are not used to streaming. It's a great way for you to jump on and try with Els and get comfortable.
Yep.
Yeah, it's more of a conversation than anything else. Or, even if you've got something like, I have this thing and I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. Well, jump in and let us see it. Maybe somebody will come up with an idea and get you going on a path, or if you've got crafter's block.
All right, hold on. I don't think I do have you on here. I have you on here for 6 o'clock Thursdays. This is my schedule. I keep it for myself, but I also update it on the on my community tab. So today's Wednesday. So you do this at what time?
Noon, so 3 o'clock your time.
Thank you. 3 o'clock. 3. I don't have this on here. 3 p.m. via. All right, I'm gonna add this. FEMA round robin. And then are you Thursday? What time?
Thursday, I come on at 6 your time.
I think I have you. I have you there. Any other time?
I do the Tuesday nights, One Witch and a Crazy Lady, and that alternates between my channel and Laura's.
I have that.
And then usually about 8 o'clock my time, so like 11 o'clock on the East Coast, so 8, 9, 10, and 11, we do Late Night Lunatics.
All right, that I don't have. Thank you.
So for anybody who doesn't want to go to bed or can't sleep, or, you have a husband who works nights and weird schedules like Tina does, you can pop in and say hi.
All right, and then Tina, real quick, if you don't mind me asking, do you have any regular times that you stream? Because I keep it on my community tab.
No, I just go when I go.
Me too, honey. Me too. I don't. It's funny, Tina. I have the schedule, but I don't. Hey, Aaron. Yeah. I keep a schedule on my tab of everybody.
I'm on
else.
my husband's schedule, so if he's on nights, I'm usually up, and then I go on. And if he's on days, then I go back in a sleeping schedule, and I go on, and I look to see who's on. Oh, nobody's on. Okay, I'll go on.
Okay.
Well, Laura and I on Tuesday nights, we usually do the weekly schedule. So if you have a sale or if you know somebody who's doing a live or something, we usually do that on Tuesday nights during the One Witch and a Crazy Lady. So we have it written down and then we post it in my group.
Okay, cool.
So there's like always a list.
If you're out and about at your scaventuring, you see this pen right here in this picture?
Oh, you want a nib pen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep your, yeah. Oh, yeah, it says right there, a nib pen. This is going to be my new obsession. I want to learn how to do this.
All right. Hey, Carla Farrington's in the room. Carla, you want to get in on this one? I'll let you drop a number in there between 1 and 30. Just hurry up.
Farrington!
I'm going to learn calligraphy.
You know what? Carla Farrington, she lost her virginity on this very show.
That's awesome. I missed it.
She went live for the very first time.
She's awesome.
All right, she got a number in there. Let's get this thing going. So I'm going to do it twice, and whichever number it is closest to without going over is going to get it. So the first number up is 10. And that's closest without going over. And that's Tina.
Oh, cool.
All right.
And we're going to do it again. The number is 18. So I'm looking for some. Carla Farrington got it right on the button.
Spot on.
All right. Let me put my stickers on here. I know I got stickers someplace. I had them yesterday. Boy, if my shoes weren't on my feet 90% of the time, I'd lose everything.
I was gonna say having them yesterday means nothing in my world.
No. All right, let's see. Tina M. and Carla F. All right, ladies, I will get these in the mail to you.
Yeah.
And the video came out today that explains how to do these.
Cool.
So I had extras, so, why should I keep them?
Type of crayon are you using? Jersey.
Oh, these are really they're just oil pastels from Dollar General.
Oh, I just got some of them.
Yeah, they're fun. They're really
My girlfriend Teresa sent me.
they work really well on magazine pages.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is the this is that Crafter's Closet Art Skills from Dollar General.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, guys, that's gonna be it for us. We're gonna head on out of here. Ladies, I appreciate you so much for coming on and joining me today. It has been absolutely a laugh riot, even when it was serious.
Thank you so much for having us.
But I appreciate you guys being here. Listen, if there's somebody in the box that you don't know, do me a favor and highlight their name. Go over, put that in a search engine, click on it, go to their page, subscribe to them, like them, ring their bell, share them with all your friends, because then your friends becomes my friends and my friends become your friends, like Jersey became Tina's friend.
Yep, that's right. That's exactly right. That's how I found her, through you.
And all of our friends can be friends. Oh, look, Tina got her napkins.
Yeah.
Don't show those, because Jersey's got some coming too, and I don't want her to see those.
Surprise!
But everybody can be friends, and that's what a community is, guys. And at this time in our lives, we really do need a community. A lot of us are shut in. We're closed into our homes. We can't leave for various reasons. And just knowing that you can turn on this computer and you can open this window and you can find somebody that you know, somebody that you can relate to, somebody you can talk to, somebody that knows something about you, is, for a lot of people, it is a relief, and it is the only external contact they have. So,
Amen.
Sure.
And just remember, you never know what's going on in their world, and you may be that help.
Exactly.
Sure thing.
So until we see you again, ladies, whether it's here, someplace else, or, in another live, in a box, whatever, or we have the great fortune of meeting you in person. Thank you so much for being here. You mean so much to all of us. And believe it or not, as much as you may think we help you by coming into your house, you help us by letting us do so.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Everybody,
Thanksgiving.
have a good Thanksgiving. We will see you guys. I will be on Thanksgiving night. For anybody who just needs to come in and chat, I will do a late night Lunatics, a special edition on Thanksgiving night, for anybody who's just like, I can't believe they're sitting there with their hands down their pants snoring.
Oh, and I'll be on Thanksgiving at 4 p.m. Eastern. I forgot to say that.
We should plan something for New Year's Eve.
We're working on that one, Tina.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
We're working on that one. All right, guys. I will see you next time. We will see you all later. Thank you so much, Jersey, for popping on. It's such a rarity that I get to see you when we're both away.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a blast.
Tina, I will talk to you later. Until we see you guys again. Bye-bye.
Bye.